right now. You're about to see everybody in a second. That button's going to be pressed, and there you go. You see us. So real quick, so as we're getting older, it's kind of crazy, Kay, because phone calls that we're getting about friends is different now, right? So I had a phone call from a friend, and, we get calls, hey, you want to go hoop? Hey, you want to go to Antro? Antro?
No, I didn't go there. I was black.
But we get those calls, right? Hey, let's go, check out this game or something. I got a call. He almost died, right? So these are the calls that we're getting as we're getting older. It's a different kind of vibe. It's not so much of the fun thing. Yeah. In the last year or two, I've had phone calls or, hey, you heard about such and such? Probably about 6 different individuals that I grew up with. And it's kind of makes you think about life. Makes you think about death, right?
Yeah.
It's just wild. I almost shed a tear, if that makes any sense. I had a real close friend. He almost passed away. His wife actually saved his life. His heart stopped. So as you can see in the camera, we have a group of beautiful, smart, intelligent. I don't know if they smart yet, but there's a paper that says they smart. So I'm gonna go by it, right?
Yeah.
And black women here that are here in San Antonio, Texas. So I first want to say thank y'all for coming. Which one of y'all has a cardiac sticker on there? You? Mm-hmm. You have the cardiac sticker? Okay, so he his heart, he was sleeping and life just stopped for him. Luckily he was in bed with his wife. She was doing something. He was doing his work. He passed out. He snores a lot. Mm-hmm. That's him, right? Mm-hmm. She didn't hear that shit no more, so obviously something's going on. When she heard that, she CPR 8 minutes straight. She's just a wife. Like, she's not a nurse. She's she's just a wife. So the first thing she did was CPR. The ambulance came, and from my understanding, they got him. He coded. They got him. Took him back to the hospital. He's fine. In 2 days, I went to see him. He was joking in the hospital bed. He was good. They said it was 8% chance of him living and getting back to normal. If she would not have performed that CPR, his brain would have had no oxygen for, I don't know, how long is it that you need? 5 minutes, I think. That's it. You know.
8 minutes is a long time, right?
Yeah.
8 minutes is...
Like 2 minutes. I mean, damage happens right away. Mm-hmm.
So if she would not have been giving him the chest compressions to where his blood can circulate and oxygen can get to his head, even if they would have brought him back with a good heart, he would have just been here, right? His soul would have been somewhere, but his body would have just been, he has kids. This is shit you got to think of. We all have kids. Everyone here have kids, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it's something you think about, and it's something I think about death often. How often do y'all think about death?
I think about it a lot now that I'm older.
Yeah.
I was very reckless in my 20s. Now I say, hey, slow down, player. I'm in the car with you. Nigga say anything scared me. I ain't trying to die, nigga. Hey, you switching lanes a little too much for me, dog. Like, just stay right here. Like, I ain't in a hurry to get nowhere. Shit.
You was reckless, nigga, 4 months ago.
No, that's not true. You're a lie. What did I do 4 months ago? Ooh. You can say I don't give a fuck.
No. I say this all the time. So on this show, we had a lot of guests, a lot of hosts help out, right? KK has always been my favorite, right? And one of the reasons I've seen the most growth in you than anybody on this show. No bullshit. And I appreciate it, though. I really do, right? Every time I talk about KK, this is the first thing I remember. Try to give him some advice. It's going right, but he ain't listening to shit, right? You can't tell KK. Hard head, right? He told me a story about college, why he left college, right? Dumbest shit I ever heard.
It wasn't dumb as shit.
It was bad. And
I was 3 weeks into school, and the professor said I need chapters 3 through 20 read by Wednesday. I was like, shit, it's Monday. She's like, you're not in high school. I was like, I'm not in college no more. And I took my ass home. My mom, what are you doing here? I was like, yeah, shit wasn't for me. Like, she didn't talk to me for like 6 months. I got too many motherfucking pages to read in 2 days. I wasn't in college for that.
Okay.
Shit.
I believe that is the dumbest story I've ever heard.
This is realist though. Shit, I ain't gonna lie about it.
Is anybody else?
That
on
shit
that?
ain't for
That's
everybody.
real, yeah.
School
I mean,
ain't
I
for
feel
everybody
you.
though. Shit.
That's true. School ain't for everybody.
But it was pretty bad, right? So, but
I read
again,
a couple of chapters. On 17, them motherfuckers read in 2 days. Like, man, ain't gonna have it. Definitely not gonna have it on my
I
part.
ain't in college either.
Yeah, I'm done.
I'm done.
I left.
Nigga back to the crib on Wednesday.
You at home? Like, I'm done. Ain't happened for me.
Tuition already paid for, huh? For that
paid.
semester.
Yeah, she lost that money. She
Beautiful.
take that L, mama. Yeah, take that L, nigga.
That's horrible.
You're supposed to drop before the drop date.
shit,
You get half your money
Me,
back.
He didn't
You
drop
get
shit.
some of your money.
I was home.
He
Called
just
my
left.
home, but I need to ride
By
home.
the time you in your 4th year, you strategic. Like, nah, I'm gonna drop that class before I get this W.
I didn't get that far. I ain't get past a month.
Hey, professor, what's my grade right now?
Look like I'm gonna be in the work field, mama.
I think she would have got her money back if you dropped the class right at the beginning. Yeah, you got your money back.
Like within 2 weeks, you can get your money back. But too late.
But here's my question: why do you have to leave college like altogether? Why couldn't you just drop that particular class and stay?
I didn't want to do it at all.
It was a bad start. He had a relationship. That's a
He
red
didn't read
flag.
into what college was like. They said go and he went. You know
that part.
I just wanted to have fun.
But I say that to say this: the growth that KK has had, in my opinion, has been fucking phenomenal. Right? Not just with stuff like that, but in his personal life. And I'm not going to get into it, but I think it's fucking dope. He came in the house with baked chicken and green beans, and this thing had water. You know what I mean? So it's dope. So I like that, and that kind of leads into as we're getting older, how I'm looking at health myself, right? And how we all as individuals should look at health, and not just us as being individuals, but us as being African American. Can I say African? Can I say black?
black.
Please.
Y'all mind? I don't like that African American shit.
Black.
Black. You a nigga. Black. We good with that? All right. So as black people, our health is different out here, right?
Say that again. What I come in here with? I
Baked
just want
chicken.
so my mama could see this.
Baked chicken
Call
and
me,
green
like,
beans.
goddamn, mama, I test my blood. I'm good. Like, calm down. Quit calling me.
But it's that serious though.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
it is.
And you're taking it serious, so I find that dope. But yeah, baked chicken, green beans.
Yeah.
He had a whole thing of barbecue sauce. He threw that shit away. Niggas don't throw barbecue sauce away.
Ever.
I mean, well, first of all, the barbecue good. You don't need barbecue sauce.
Exactly.
Hello.
It was good though, so he didn't eat it. But anyway, so that's what it is. So on today's show, that's what we're going to talk about. Life is changing for all of us. We're black guys. Like KK said, we need to start seasoning our food.
With white people season, they live longer. Shit, the motherfuckers, it's nasty, but shit,
Salt and pepper.
they not
That's
taking
it.
20 pills a day though. So.
Well,
Salt and pepper. That's it. You know.
Miss Dash.
Miss Dash.
that's just good though.
No, it's not. That shit is terrible.
No, they got
That
different
garlic
flavors.
one?
Yeah,
Is it?
Herb and garlic. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta use it with other stuff, but
that part. Yeah.
You gotta use up stuff.
you do. But I mean, it's a good start.
So
Can't put no bay on everything.
Keep going.
it's salt and pepper. That's all it is. So anyway, that's what we're gonna talk about. Okay. So anyway, everybody, this is Socially Irresponsible, the podcast episode.
You lost count.
I know the fuck we have. We just do a lot of episodes. When we can, when we want to. My name is Damien, aka Maverick, the Devil's Advocate.
It's KK. I don't have no AKAs no more.
You got a lot
I'm grown,
of
nigga. I'm grown.
You grown?
Kelvin.
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 So what are we doing with this vodka K? How we handling that?
I don't know. I'm slowing down on that liquor.
Aqua K?
Yeah.
Well, that's
Water.
water.
Water can.
Water.
That's
I took
good.
a shot.
Water.
I'm good though.
You
Yeah,
fucking
water.
water. Wop. All right. And then along with us in the studio, as I was speaking about the 3 black women that we have in here. I don't know, man. Y'all been talking shit, so we gonna get some white girls next week. Y'all been talking shit since y'all got here.
What do we say?
It's.
Why you have to say that? Like, why we even talking mess? What?
I felt like it was offensive enough to get y'all to respond. Not that it's true. It's just me talking shit.
But that's the thing, because then y'all want to label us and then be like, oh, well, I'm gonna have to get white women because y'all come here talking shit. We
I
really
ain't saying-
didn't.
don't
We've
say
been
y'all.
chill the whole time.
That's him.
They'd have brought Mrs. Dash and some water.
Listen, we sugar spice and everything nice and everything that makes life fun is
Hello?
right in here. Okay.
Oh, Powerpuff looking ass.
Hello.
Introduce yourself, Miss Sugar and Spice and everything.
Everything nice. I'm Carol Chapman. I'm a dental hygienist by trade and also a extreme fitness instructor. I also do mixed fit, which I'm not teaching yet, but I will. Okay. I really feel like this is a really great platform, so thank you for having me.
It's a really great platform. You said, right?
It is.
I agree. Fucking agree. Extreme
Hip hop step. Yep.
Explain that. What is that?
So it is.
1, 2, 3.
It is. It is. You
that.
use a step platform basically, and it's hip hop music. It's fun. It's live, and you really forget that you're working out. So Philip Whedon is the creator of it, and he basically branded it and got instructors to also teach it in their cities. And what I love about it is that most of the instructors are black women. So then we also inspire other black women to be fit because they see you and they see it's fun. They come and do it. They tell their friends, and it's inspiring health in our community.
That extreme is kind of scary with that name.
It
You
is
got
extreme.
nervous.
It's extreme, like
What is you said? Extreme. You said you described yourself. One more title you gave yourself.
Oh, mixed fit.
Mixed fit.
Mixed fit is like dance fitness, but it's hip. It's like Zumba, but hip hop.
Y'all can't just run around the block like y'all.
I do that too. We walk
just
trails.
like-
Listen, anything fitness, I'm with it. Okay, because I done gained weight and lost weight and gained weight and lost weight, so I'm into it.
So what is the reason for this fitness lifestyle of yours?
I was an athlete when I was in high school, so it's just like in me.
What'd you play?
Basketball, volleyball, track. I did
Basketball.
softball one time. That was terrible. You got to start that early. I didn't want to get hit by the ball. But basketball, volleyball, track, and then I didn't do it in college though. But it was all good.
Softball and basketball are a bad mix. You'd have been a lesbian by your sophomore year.
Listen, ain't nothing
you gotta
wrong
put
with
them on the
lesbians.
basketball quick.
Listen,
I wanna hoop.
there's nothing wrong with lesbians. If I decided I would give me a bad chick like
Soft.
like
Hello.
like her. Listen,
Like
okay.
her.
And then they
For
treat y'all
real.
worse than we do.
Yeah, dog, you know what I'm saying?
worse than the niggas.
Hey, you allowed to do whatever you want. If that would have happened, that would have been what it was.
They be worse than dudes.
And then two KKs, right? We have Dr.
That is me.
Courtney Kenny, correct?
Yes.
All right, talk your shit. Who is you?
Just a lowly old pharmacist.
Lonely
Not
old
lonely.
pharmacist.
Lowly, not lonely. Lowly old
Lowly.
pharmacist. Lowly old
I love
pharmacist.
it.
No, I'm a pharmacist, so.
So I was talking to an individual about the show, and I was telling him who we have on the show, and he was like, pharmacist. I was like, yeah, I have a pharmacist on the show. He's like, nigga, you know that's a whole doctor, right? I was like, this motherfucker goes in the back and picks prescriptions and picks buttons and shit just falls out. Like, that's a doctor? And yeah, so I did it. I apologize. Don't slap me right now,
So
please.
disrespectful.
Put some respect on her name.
I did not know, but
Put
I'm
some
pretty
respect on your
Title.
customers, because you want to talk to the pharmacist. Yeah, twist this, do that. Slow down, man. The fuck, I'm gonna go home and kill myself. Like, hey, what do I need to do? Twist it, like, open it up and show me, man. I need to see this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
You
y'all
need to
gotta
see it?
dumb shit down for us. It's not just swallowing pills when you, like, some people get real medication,
Yeah, you do.
and y'all
Insulin.
just, yeah.
I mean, I asked, do you have any questions?
Oh, okay.
You know.
Because they
Do you
want to see
know
the
how to use
pharmacist
this?
like, yeah, they don't have that shit.
Do you know
They
what
like,
you're doing?
Like, can you take the shit out the box, nigga, and show me something? Like,
Motherfucker, stick
like, I go home
yourself.
and read the shit. Yeah.
You need to go home and read it.
YouTube. We got a video of everything.
Exactly.
He never lied.
Go to their website.
So explain the lifestyle of a pharmacist. Now, you're going to bring her Instagram up. Don't look at her Instagram. You're not going to find shit about her being a pharmacist on Instagram. It's not on there.
Absolutely not.
I was disappointed. I was like, yeah, I'm going to find her in a white coat and just like, hey, guys.
No.
You know, with the Asian peace sign, you know.
No.
I found none of that.
No, you're not.
So as a pharmacist, again, you do more than make medicines and
I don't make anything.
you make,
I don't make medicine.
you
I don't
make them make medicine.
Well, no, the medicine comes to me, shipped in bottles.
Really?
Yes.
Y'all don't be going in the back count. What's that machine that you got to like count one, two?
No.
That don't make.
He thinks she a chemist.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
I thought that was a
Cutting
triple
up
balance.
pills
You're like,
and
shit,
shit.
but that motherfucking making
No,
move.
there are pharmaceutical companies that make the medication.
So what?
I'm just there to dispense it.
That's it.
No, that's not it.
That's a doctor. I want to be a doctor. I can do that.
No. A lot of it. So I'm not saying. I'm not gonna say doctors are stupid, right? But they send stuff, and I'm like, how much does the patient weigh? Like, so a lot of calculations, just making sure that the medication is appropriate for that person's age, the dose is appropriate. I do a lot of phone calls. Sir, what are you doing? Or this doesn't come this way. Why are you writing for this? That doesn't exist.
Okay.
A lot of those to doctors. So yeah, my job is to make sure there's no drug interactions. I call and say,
Making
hey,
sure niggas don't die.
basically, like, hey, did you know your patient's on this medication? They're like, oh no, I didn't see that. I'm like, okay, well, this is the interaction we have with these two things. So what do you want to do? You want to change it, or what's the next step? So I try to catch the problems.
You're the checks and balances.
Yeah, there you go.
Of the
That's a good way.
That's
yeah.
crazy. So y'all can't have no bad days, huh?
Nigga.
So, you know what I'm saying? Like, you be at home arguing and shit. I go, man, fuck this store. They ain't getting their bread. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all can't do that. Y'all fucking dealing with lives and shit. Yeah. So
No,
what
I don't-
happens
I
when
don't,
you have a bad day? You just at work and
You get fired.
no.
no, not a bad day at work, but you don't have fucking a horrible day. You know what I'm saying? You arguing with somebody. You know what I'm saying? And
Oh, yeah,
you got to go to
people-
that shit.
People think that I'm the reason why their medication costs the way it does, or and they're like, well, my insurance didn't cost this much last year, man. Call your insurance, okay? They ain't got nothing to do with me.
Hold on, you said it like that? Is that how you respond to them?
I said that the other day.
You
A
must
little
you-
bit.
you
I mean,
must-
so it's a little bit nicer. I just say, ma'am, I'm not your insurance. So if you have any questions or comments regarding that, I suggest you give them a call.
you must work at the Albertson on Waltham.
Nah, I used to work at the Walgreens on Waltham. I used to work at the Walgreens on Waltham. Man,
You must work over there. You
I don't work over there no more, though. My
you,
store.
you don't work in Stone Oak with that kind of attitude.
I work. I was Shavano Park.
Oh shit, really?
Yes.
Ooh, yeah, I'm not going over there. I'm staying my ass over in Nacogdoches.
Get a ticket and pay $400 for some medicine. Horrible day. Get the goddamn medicine. Come on, shit.
Nacogdoches got that 24 hours. Damn.
And then we have the Heart Lady,
Come on, Hart.
Ms. Roro.
Okay.
All right. So, hi, my name is Rochelle Gooden.
You're right. You don't sound like this in real life.
Wait, I do sound like this.
That's not how you sound.
That's crazy.
That ain't how you sounded an hour ago.
You sound, you sound like a teacher and
My name is
shit.
Rochelle Gooding. What the fuck?
She
It's
sound like, she
called
sound like a whole
code switching.
teacher.
We all do it. We
Okay.
all do it.
And scene.
All right, nigga.
I gotta get my daughter. Y'all niggas late. That's how she sounded out. Y'all niggas late. I gotta get my motherfucking daughter.
Kids got school in the morning and shit.
Y'all motherfuckers got us in here. You told me come at 4 motherfucking 6.
Yeah, I deep his voice got.
Got school and shit, nigga. Heart, nigga. God damn. Throwing up letters and shit, nigga.
You're funny.
Okay, bro. Okay, bro.
So, how are you? Who are you, Miss Ro? Oh, she over there chucking.
Okay,
now.
bro.
You snort, right? You're not the snorter.
I'm not the
only one
smarter.
that's really funny.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm Rochelle Gooden. I am a registered nurse. Cardiovascular is my specialty. And
What is cardiovascular for the niggas that have no idea what cardiovascular
heart?
is?
So heart, any type of vascular is kind of like your.
Do you know?
Yeah, I do. I'm trying to figure out how to put it in layman's terms.
So
Thank
we
you very
understand.
much.
That means for
Yeah.
the stupid,
Do that.
stupid people.
Do that.
So
Please
any
do.
type of blockages in your arms, in your arms, your legs, like there's a such thing as peripheral vascular disease, like where you have pain in your foot when walking, and it could be just kind of like your heart gets clogged up, your arteries get clogged up in your feet, in your veins too, in your legs and your arms and everything. So everything regarding stroke, which is your brain or your heart, or any type of circulation, blood circulation. It's your heart and vascular.
That's you.
That's me.
You do all that. That's interesting. And the reason, and like in all honesty, it is. So one thing I talk to people about when they're trying to lose weight, really I don't talk to them that much at all. But
You cannot have any disease around this nigga. Why the fuck you got it? Why the fuck you like that? Nigga said it happens.
Let's talk about your choices.
that nigga be mad. Nigga.
Not your genes,
Hey,
your choices.
hey, he was mad at his mama for having high blood pressure. I'm like, damn.
well,
bro.
she had a stroke, and I kind of cussed her ass out.
Yeah, he did. I know.
But in all honesty, when she had the stroke, it wasn't nothing that was like, most of the time if you're getting your checkups, the doctor's like, hey man, you might want to start working out and quit eating bacon at 4:00 in the morning and, choose your meals wisely. She did not. And in not doing that, she had a stroke. And, she's better, but it's a simple fact that like this stuff is affecting people's lives.
Right.
Like, I don't think people understand. Well, maybe they do. But a stroke is serious, right? Like, the niggas retarded out there from a stroke, and it's really
Yeah, I don't
bad.
think I would have said that.
No, but I mean, okay, well, whatever word I'm supposed to use, I get.
Not that one.
But it's really bad, right? And like she can't use like her whole. It's impaired, and that's a lifestyle. Like thanking you, okay, you shoot baskets, It's important. That's something that your whole life was doing. You can barely see the goal now, right? So it's kind of it's
I still
changed.
shoot though. I'm a shooter.
Okay, stop.
I can still shoot though.
Okay, Steph. So, but it's one of those things that like you're never going to be normal again, right? And whatever normal is.
Sometimes, not necessarily. It's not permanent all the time.
Correct. And my grandma had a couple of them. She's fine. My mom was not one of the ones that was as fortunate, and it just sucks that she has to go through it. I hate seeing her struggle. I hate that she has to go through it, and it's nothing that I can do about it. You can't pround it enough. So I probably should have handled it different when I went off on her, but
Yeah, absolutely.
But my mom is my mom, and I understand how she is, and she took it well, and she's good spirits. She's eating better. She's lost a lot of weight. So, you know, I'm not saying me going off on her, but I could have lost her. You know what I mean? And me and my mom's relationship is up and down. So we don't have like the best relationship, but I don't ever want to lose her behind something that could have been prevented. So thank you, Kate.
It's true.
So stroke, you do some heart shit.
She has a serious job. You playing with her. Tell her to quit playing with your motherfucking name like that. Shit, nigga.
So right now, currently, so I'm no longer at the bedside. Right now, I'm more in leadership, and I'm over our open heart program at our facility. But yes, it's still heart. But
Okay.
I mean, I love it.
Oh, so what I was gonna say, a lot of people talk about like taking care of the heart and doing stuff. A lot of people are losing weight and they want to run. All right. From my knowledge, from whatever, and I may be wrong, so you can correct me on this. Somebody can. Running is good for your heart. Yeah, it's not really good for losing weight unless you're running like 20, 30 miles. Is that any truth to that? Is that wrong?
You're talking about cardiovascular health. When you're running, you're running your heart, right?
It's good for that
You're
muscle.
still burning calories, so you
Okay.
can still,
Yeah.
of course, you can still lose weight. But like how you lose that weight, like what they're saying now, that high intensity and hit.
Go on, plug your shit. Go ahead.
There you go. Like
Look.
hit
Talk
cardio.
your
Hit
shit.
cardio is better for losing weight because like the intense. Like taxing yourself to the highest point and then taking a rest.
Yeah.
So you don't have to run. So what people do is they jog, and that's like not the fat burning zone. That's not the point where you're actually, you know what I'm saying? You're not burning as many calories in that way. So weightlifting, HIIT cardio, those kind of things. You can even walk. You don't even have to. You can still lose weight, but for your heart, when your heart's pumping, you're exercising. It's a muscle.
Yeah.
So if you do 30 minutes of heart pumping exercise, your muscle gets stronger. Just like if you do 100 squats in a day, your muscle can get stronger. So then a healthy heart and a good muscle is going to basically help with your circulation, and that just helps with everything.
Okay.
But diet is going to help you.
Lose weight.
yes.
Right.
80-20 rule. Is
That's the hardest part.
Yeah.
That diet and shit is something terrible, boy.
That's where it's at, though.
It's
That's where the
tough.
health part of it is at. You know what I'm saying? That's good, though.
But you said that, and you had your baked chicken, and you're talking about how much more.
I am on a strict diet. Like I wake up in the morning like at 4:00. At 4:30 I eat 2 boiled eggs, like 6 pecans, 2 walnuts. Like it's the same shit in an orange. And then lunch I eat either like baked chicken or salmon, and then dinner the same thing. And it's just like 3 weeks I've been doing it.
That sounds like a relationship, like the same thing every day.
Yeah, man.
Every day.
Have you seen the difference,
The
KK?
same shit.
Yeah, I like when I because when I deliver to restaurants, they just give you food. You know what I'm saying? So you eat the shit, you be in the truck just full. Like now, I'm good. Like
Yeah, you feel more energized.
I'm way more energized. Yeah.
You don't feel like that sluggish, and that you feel fulfilled on what you're eating. Right? Yeah.
Clean eating.
Huh?
I said clean eating.
Yeah, it's helped a lot.
Your poop is different too, right?
Oh,
I know
yeah.
it sounds weird, but like your poop is like solid and hard. The pebbles, you ain't even got to wipe after. So that's how you know you ate a good meal.
You don't have to wipe after.
This nigga's nasty.
No,
He
listen.
means theoretically.
No.
What he means is theoretically you wouldn't have to, but you should.
No. You wipe one time and that's it. Like you ain't gotta like keep. You haven't ate chili
You
and
gotta
had to
check it
wipe
the
after
second time.
chili.
You
And like the clean eating is not the problem. It's the people around you. You know what I'm saying? I tell you, like my daughter came home with a blizzard. I was like, oh my god, I want some of that shit so bad.
fat
Well,
kid
to
came
eat
out.
shit in front of you, like I ain't like nigga, I'm here. Like if I was alcoholic, you wouldn't drink in front of me, right? Like don't eat that bullshit in front of me.
Is it your life or is it mine?
Exactly. Well, I'm gonna keep drinking.
You call your sponsor. Y'all have that conversation. I'm be over here in the corner.
Yeah, but now I've gotten used to it though. So I'm festivals all day, so I'm good.
Well, in a little bit, Kay. Well, right now, Kay, go over the call to action if you don't mind, and we're gonna talk to the people. Bend over. In
Yeah, with
Connecticut.
that, we are on Facebook at Social Irresponsible, YouTube, Social Irresponsible, Apple Podcasts, Podbean, Spotify, Pandora, Socially Irresponsible. Let me see your shirt so I can spell it. IRSPNSB. I should know how to spell
I need
it
to get
by
closer.
now.
I need to get
It's just
closer.
funny with Nova. You nigga, you saw me spell it. Get closer.
BL.
I said that.
Yeah. Okay. Roll the tape back.
I was like, I ain't hit it, girl.
But you didn't hear that either, did you?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like and subscribe on all that. I mean, if you ain't got no iPhone, I mean, go to.
This nigga got bougie real quick, didn't he? We already heard the story.
Who the fuck don't got out? Anyway, go to Spotify, Pandora, subscribe.
Y'all hit the like.
Can you even subscribe with Android on anything? Do y'all have a subscribe button?
You gotta log off and log right back in. Just
talking
subscribe.
Back button having ass phones.
We just swipe back.
button.
We just swipe back. Y'all touching this shit.
Niggas got back button. Little thing like that.
The home screen and shit. We just swipe up. That's it. It's whatever. Like, subscribe, like us right now. We want to see some hearts, angry faces, whatever you want to give us, we'll take. Make sure
All the Android users putting them mean faces right now.
red.
Fuck nigga, fuck that show, nigga. Look, you a hoe. Look, you still got an Android.
My how things change.
He said he's
Grow
gonna
the
be
fuck
good
up,
today.
please. Yeah.
He said he's gonna be serious and good today. Is what he said.
Probably still say you wee wee if you got an Android. I wee wee. I gotta go wee wee.
KK, you crazy.
Crazy.
All right, I'm done.
You good?
I'm done.
All right, y'all like hit everything. I appreciate it. Again, I want to give shout outs to our consistent listeners.
Both y'all, what's up? Shout out to both y'all.
Come on.
Both of them.
Iglesias and Enrique out there in Spain. Thank you, Enrique. Also, we have Araburu.
What was the dude from Turkey that really was? What's his name?
Rafi.
Yeah. We really had somebody from Turkey.
No,
though.
not from Turkey. He's from
Somewhere out there.
Abu Dhabi. No, Abu Dhabi. It's,
This
no,
nigga
not
just did
Dubai.
the whole cat in the hat riddle.
Them I can't even think. Anyway, I'll think of it. But no, he's really from over there. And he sent pictures and shit. It's from Africa.
He wasn't nowhere near Africa. But
No,
okay.
it's Africa, right under the Mediterranean. It's on the coast.
Besides the point.
That part.
Shout out, player.
You got somebody in another country listening in. So
Yeah.
okay.
And
Said Africa.
thank you for watching as well. We appreciate
Why'd
it.
you do that, man?
Oh, was that? I can't do that.
I did.
My bad. Thank you for watching, sir. I appreciate it. So for the show line, we have KK was talking about his diet and everything. The reason why he's talking about it is he has a story for us.
Cause I'm sick.
And they got them letters. Out the closet? No, he'll tell us his
Out
story.
the closet.
He'll tell us his story in a little bit. We're gonna introduce the ladies to our heathens. We're gonna have some insurance conversations because I think insurance is probably the most misunderstood part of health education out there. So we're gonna have a conversation about health insurance. We're also gonna have a conversation, some medical talk. I heard from someone, KK was saying that people can't even eat food nowadays, and because
They got bad teeth, right? They can't chew on the side of their mouth.
Oh, certainly.
Yeah,
So
big
we're
holes in their mouth be smiling like
We need
this.
to talk about
Yeah.
that.
We gotta talk about teeth a little
When
bit.
I see a motherfucker
a
let
lot
them
of
do this,
bit.
your
But
teeth
a lot
fucked
of
up.
A lot of bit.
Yeah, so we're gonna make fun of all y'all, and then we're gonna also talk about the lifestyle change. So it's not just everyone's going through something. So when you're going through that, it's not just like you're what do you call it, a leper, right? You're not just an outcast from society. There's a lifestyle that you can have to where you can maintain as much of a normal life as you possibly can and you had before. There's going to be some changes as we're going, so that's going to be off top, right? But you don't have to think that you're just an outcast and no one loves you. You just have to eat baked chicken and fucking rice all day.
That's boring.
It's very boring.
Why?
But what do you mean why?
I mean,
There's so many options.
There's
thank
so
you.
many options.
What
So
other
many
what else
options.
can I eat?
Well, that's what we're going
And
to talk
are you
about.
cooking the baked chicken?
Right.
Or are you buying it? 'Cause
Today
it's not
I bought it.
necessarily good.
There's also
just 'cause
food
you
prep services that will switch it up for you and cook it for you. I'm just
that part, yeah.
Well, we're going to get into that in a little bit.
That sound like it costs money.
And then and death costs money too, nigga.
I'm Lone Star carded with my shit.
Hey, you know
Hey, I
that'd be
need the
dope.
plug.
That'd be dope if
I found a plug when I made that post.
if food preps would take Lone Star cards. That'd be dope if they did that. Hey,
don't see why not.
y'all
Jack in the Box
want to get in
I
that? You want to
mean-
start something? You want to start something?
I don't want to cook nothing. I have a hard enough time cooking for myself.
We'll be the middleman. We'll take that transaction. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we'll take that food stamp card.
Right.
$20 million, $40 on food stamps. You good? And then
I got wee wee real quick. I got an Android.
all that water you drinking. And then we're gonna get into Kevin
KK.
Samuels. I have a small conversation about Kevin Samuels I want to talk about. he's an interesting, and I spit almost. I almost hit you. He's a very interesting guy. I appreciate him. Some of the times what he says, and I like to hear his take. What women think about him. It's always a mixed feeling. He's a rude individual. We already know that. But about the information that he says, I'm kind of interested in what y'all's take would be, because y'all are educated women, in a sense, black women. It's different than talking about him to y'all, I would assume, than it would be talking to some bitch on POF, right? It's just a different kind of conversation.
Yeah, how you know I ain't know now?
I'm finna say she still deserves respect. If she
Hello.
Are you on POF?
I'm not, but
I'm not talking about you then. I don't be on POF. That's the one place you don't want to go.
Oh,
but it's just a different, and I'm just interested in, and I just called the bitch. I just know her name. I apologize. She's not necessarily a bitch. I don't know, but I'm just interested into what the take is.
so are you saying if you're on POF, you don't have education?
Boy, have you ever been on POF? It is the gutter. Mm-mm. It is the wheelie courts of like all dating sites.
Damn, not the Wheelie Court.
Of all dating, it is.
Homie.
Have you been on POF ever?
No.
You wouldn't do that shit, right? You wouldn't do that to your life, right? Your vagina deserves better than POF.
I just yeah.
POF is bad. Have you ever been on POF?
I've never
have
been,
not,
so
but I'm
like,
done with online dating.
Yeah.
I'm done with it.
Any bad stories? Can we get one?
Okay, let me tell you the worst thing that ever happened. So
It was a dude, right? You went out with?
it was a guy, yes,
Okay.
but it wasn't really really bad. But somebody had taken he had taken an Uber to the date, and like immediately when we sit down, he was like, "Oh, so we splitting this?" Like I was like, "I go anywhere. I have my own money. You ain't got to worry about me." But we sat down and. He started telling me a story about this woman that he had got pregnant, but he left her in Missouri. I was like, this is going terrible. How do I get out of this?
This was first date?
First date. And I was like, ugh. And he had got an Uber, so I kind of felt bad about leaving before his Uber had got there, but I dipped.
Did y'all even eat food?
Did you say bye?
I did, but I was like, oh, no, I'm not going to order, you know what I'm saying? No, I'm good, you know what I'm saying? I was like, oof, I'm done with online dating.
Experiences first dates? You have any bad first dates like that?
No.
No, not at all. How about yourself, Miss Ro? Y'all don't have bad.
I mean,
Bad first date.
No.
yeah.
I ain't had like no.
She thought I was gonna pay for
I can't top that.
Well, it's okay. Now
I
he's
can't
back.
top
He can
that.
tell his story, so. Yeah, let him get into it.
Oh no, I don't have no bad first dates.
No, I'm talking about your real story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We just
so-
start talking about stuff since you're gone.
Yeah. So let's start off with that. So we're talking about Big Chicken. We're talking about the purpose of having this show. KK, shit happened to him.
I really don't be talking about myself like that, but
This nigga here.
okay. So I had a like a freak accident at work.
Strap hit him in his eye, guys. Strap in his eye.
Why do you say that though? What kind of strap?
Just your life, your personal life. I don't want to get into it. You're welcome to do anything you
Full
want
of
to do.
dildos.
I support you in everything you do, Kay.
No, so I got hit by a rope hanging off of our door, and I had a detached retina corneal abrasion. Mm-hmm. And I was getting treatment for it, and the doctor was like, "This should have healed by now." Like I kept going. They was putting like these quarter-size
Hold on, time out.
amniotic.
First off, he got hit in his eye, and he was like, "Oh, this should just heal." It took you how long before you decided to go?
Yeah,
doctor?
it took a while. Yeah.
Like 2-3 weeks.
Yeah.
The doctor initially.
That motherfucker had my whole thing had turned purple. I was like, I didn't go to the doctor.
But
That's what we have in this conversation though. Like
he couldn't see.
Exactly.
He couldn't see for like 2 or 3 weeks. It was getting worse and worse. He was like, "Man, it's gonna heal. It's gonna get." We was like, "Kay, go your ass to the doctor." He said, "Nah, maybe next week it'll be better. Get better."
And you have insurance?
I do. I've been having insurance about 20 years.
So you finally went to the doctor.
Still. Took him 2 to 3 weeks to go to the doctor with insurance.
It did.
Okay.
It did.
That he was paying
And but yeah, when he was like, "Are you healthy?" I was like, "Shit, yeah." You know what I'm saying? He was like, "You look good for your age," and I was like, "I haven't seen a doctor." You know what I'm saying? So he was like, "You need to go see a doctor." So I go to the doctor, and I did blood work. Everything was good. So I don't know why that's not healing. So about a month ago, I was driving. I was in a truck, and it just looked like I drove into a fog storm. I was like, man, what the fuck is going on outside? I'm calling the driver. He's like, bro, you tripping, man. Like, there's nothing wrong outside. So I immediately stopped the truck. You know what I'm saying? I said, somebody got to come get me. Went to a ophthalmologist, and he was like, man, there's something going on with your eyes. And that's when I got like scared. I was like, first that day come, hey Ma, you need to come up here. There's something going on. Something ain't right. You know what I'm saying? So she come up there. She said, what's going on? I was like, the doctor want to talk to you. And he was like, I don't know what's going on. We need to do something with his eyes. Like, I don't know, we have to have a surgery right away, but something is going on with his body and is affecting his eyes. And that's when I went to another diabetes specialist, and they was like, oh yeah, you need to be on medicine ASAP. And the diabetes is why the eye wouldn't heal. So
with diabetes,
but this has been going on for like 8-9 months. And I just went to shut the fuck up with this shit, man.
So I didn't know anything about diabetes to the extent that I know now, I guess, talking to you, and I've actually talked to some friends about it. What does diabetes do? What is diabetes? What is the sugars, as this nigga's called? The KK got the sugars.
I mean, you got doctors in this shit. Look, I just know I got it.
So what have you learned about your body since you found out that you have the sugars?
I've learned that I wasn't, like, looking back at it, how after I take my medication and stuff now, like, I wasn't healthy at all. Like, just with my job, like I was telling you earlier, like, I would go to a Chick-fil-A. I have 15 Chick-fil-A's a day. 4 of them giving us food. You know, like, you just eat the shit all day, every day. Like, I never was, like, years I wasn't eating right. Mm-hmm. And you think, like, you know, I'm good, man. Ain't nothing wrong with me. I don't need to go to the doctor. So I never went to the doctor. I never had checkups. You know what I'm saying? So,
nigga, I'm getting hard, nigga. My blood good, nigga.
But now, like, I'll tell you, like, I would be sluggish. But now when I eat, I'm good. Like, I could tell the difference. Like, I know.
Okay, so
can someone here that knows what diabetes is explain?
I was gonna ask you. So what was your sugars? Like, how did they diagnose it?
Cause they did they just actually, when I went, they pricked me. My shit was like 360 or some shit. Okay. Yeah, he was like, man. And that's another thing with me. Like, he could tell you, anybody tell you, I hate repeating myself, right? So the lady did it. She was like, "Oh, you okay?" I was like, "I'm good." She walks off, the another motherfucker coming in. Is everything okay? I just told the other lady I'm good. Here come the doctor. How did you walk in here? I was like, I just got out of my car and came in here. Like, quit asking me the same shit. Like, let's figure out what we need to do next. You know what I'm saying? And they were just shocked that I wasn't in no coma or nothing. They said so.
So it was high. It was like it was like 500.
356, some shit like that.
Is that bad?
Yeah, it's supposed to be 70 to 100. Shit.
Yeah.
How do you? Normally, I find out my shit when I go in the HEB and I put my arm in.
That's not. Yeah. Let's not do that.
So your glucose, your sugar is they check your blood.
Yeah.
And so, or you do lab work and then they check A1C, which is it'll tell you how much your sugar's been average over the last
of a period.
3 months.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. They called me and told me that my labs was good. That I just I needed vitamin D. So that was it. Other than that, I was like, you can't tell me my labs are good. I can't see. You know what I'm saying? Like, something is not adding up. So I have another appointment on June 3rd. So I find out if they're gonna do the little surgery or whatever.
And I know from what you're saying is because of your diabetes, so your body isn't metabolizing sugar properly. Is that the word?
No, your body isn't producing enough insulin. So you have type 2 diabetes?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So type 2, your body's not producing. So our body produces insulin already.
What is
so
that?
type 1, insulin is what? So it's secreted by pancreas.
Yeah.
Like, I'm all like, don't take me to the anatomy.
No, it is.
By your pancreas.
So and so naturally our body produces that to meet our carbs that we're eating. Like, we break down our glucose and then that's our sugar, and then so the insulin will, I guess, combat that, right? And it'll bring your sugar level. It brings your sugar levels down. So therefore, what his body is doing is he's producing more glucose than his body is producing insulin. So therefore, that's why his blood sugar is high, because he's not producing enough insulin. And it's because of eating. It can be stress. It can be a lot of things. However, that's what type 2 is. Type 1 is that your body is just not producing. Like, eventually.
Your pancreas doesn't make insulin.
Yeah, it starts off and then it doesn't at all.
That's type 1.
So 2 is the good one.
No, neither one is good.
Neither one's good. But like type 1 is something that people are born with.
Okay.
Correct.
Right? So my little cousin, type 1.
Just can't do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he's not like he eats bad. He's like the tallest, little, skinniest beanpole ever, but he just does not make insulin.
Okay.
So he has an insulin pump. And so his pump is designed to check his sugar levels throughout the day, and then provide him with the insulin he needs
So
for those levels.
So does he still have to regulate his eating, or because his body's producing insulin, he could just be?
No, his body does not
his
produce.
body does not make insulin.
The machine is producing.
You have to
insulin.
regulate
the machine doesn't produce it. It's like insulin cartridges.
Okay.
And so it's giving his body insulin.
Okay.
Right. Does he eat? You know, he eats normal. He don't eat horrible. He don't eat great, but he's never going to make insulin.
Okay.
Right. So it doesn't matter.
So type 2 is basically something you get a long time.
Exactly. Lifestyle.
Yeah.
But like my mom, my dad, before he passed, he had it. My brother got it. Like my brother played college football. He was mad he had it and I did. And I was like, damn, nigga, shit. How you ain't got it? Calm down, nigga, shit. Hating ass motherfucker shit. Wish that bullshit on me.
His wish came true.
It did.
So with that, your body not being, I guess, having too much glucose, it's your body is injured, and the sugar in your body is preventing your body from actually healing your wounds. Is that kind of what?
Yeah, that happens.
Okay. So that's kind of what's wrong with your eyes. So not only does it affect when you have a diabetes, it's not necessarily just you have a lot of sugar. Your body can't work as it needs to work to regenerate and heal itself, which is why a lot of limbs, so to speak, since that's so far from your heart. And
Come on now.
Yeah.
well, it's just when I
Google a motherfucker, ain't it?
it's not Google. Okay, you have to understand how many calls I made about this shit, and to figure out.
He called me on 3 with a motherfucking doctor. Hello. He say, hold on.
Yeah, no.
Hope you don't mind. I think he already told her. Like, can't mind now. She already knows.
She knows, and hopefully it goes somewhere. But like, yeah, I found a lot about it, and then that's how people are losing limbs and toes and feet. Feet is black and
Their
shit.
teeth, okay?
Yeah.
It affects your teeth as well.
Yeah.
You're more likely to get cavities because there's sugar in your blood, and your bacteria in your mouth is basically taken from that sugar in your blood and able to reproduce faster, and your cavities will get bigger faster. You can lose your teeth. Periodontal disease gets worse. The disease of the gums, you lose the support of your teeth, you lose your teeth.
Yeah.
So if you can't heal as quickly, that affects your teeth as well.
Yeah. So it's not just affecting your blood sugar. Your blood sugar is trickle down and is affecting your life. Your
Everything.
walking.
That
Yeah.
shit. I tried the
That's
first time I
serious,
took
man.
the insulin. Like I didn't know what to do to your body, right? Like I'm a grown ass man. Like, Mom, I'm finna die. She was like, what? Like my soul leaving my body right now. She was like, calm down, check it. My shit was like 60. I was like, gosh. She was like, eat something right now.
Yeah.
You get an orange girl. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
I was like, this is what the fuck I gotta deal with the rest of us. She was like, yeah. Unfortunately, I was like, man.
This nigga came to my house for a mint. He left from one show.
Yeah.
He got down the street and there, turned right back. Nigga, you got a mint or something? Like just, nigga, I don't know.
You
Like,
don't keep nothing on you. You need to keep.
Oh, I do now. I got like
okay.
glucose tablets and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
I had a coach, 2 coaches in college when I was at Tech. He
Norwood, right?
huh?
Norwood.
Coach Norwood and
Yeah.
then Dave Ruffin. Norwood passed away recently. Not recently, but I believe, I don't know what's the F on him, but I believe he passed away about 10 years ago. But they used to walk around with the Minute Maid orange juices. With the water ladies,
Yeah.
had a Minute Maid orange juice. Every time he felt that, I guess I don't know how the feeling is.
It's
like
a
his
terrible
soul
feeling.
is leaving.
No, it really felt like that.
And then it's funny because not funny, but
I'm sorry.
he'll be coaching, right? All right, we're gonna run cover 3, and I'm going to the mall, and then
It can make brain fog. It can
Yeah.
Yeah.
so every time. Trainers, his conversation goes left.
Yeah.
Like, nigga, like cover 3, and then so the first time it happened, we were like, but once we learned, like it's more serious than what it is. I mean,
That's very serious.
It affects everything. So, everyone out there, I don't know, man. We just gotta do better.
How do people get checkups though? Like without insurance? Like I had insurance. I was just fucking lazy and it ain't gonna happen to me type shit. But how do people get screenings for like diabetes, high blood pressure? Because we have it. We just out here with it and just walking around.
Go to HEB and stick your arm.
That's not a goddamn screening, dog. You said some smart shit, then gonna backdoor with some dumb shit.
I would say that, I mean, if you don't have insurance, honestly, the only way for prevent it is, I mean, when the city and, organizations are doing health fairs,
Got to do it.
that's when at health fairs we do free screenings, right? We're checking your blood pressure. Sometimes we check the sugar. It just depends. So you have to take advantage of that if you're not fortunate enough to have. I don't know if
there's like Communicare clinics here in San Antonio. They're income based.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say like CareLink and all
Yeah.
that stuff.
So if you don't have insurance and don't make a whole lot of money, they're going to take that consideration, and so your appointment or the price you pay is based on a sliding scale. You know.
Do you understand your insurance?
That shit? No, I don't at all. Cause so with the insurance, I've never looked at an insurance packet. Like it comes every January, and I just sign my name. It be the same shit. The lowest payment that come out my check
Is what you're signing for?
It's what the fuck I signed for. So I get to the hospital to the ophthalmologist, and it was like, yeah, it's gonna be $350. I got insurance. They're like, your deductible so high. Before you do anything, I need $350. I was like, fuck. All right. A week later, I go to diabetes specialist. He was like, yeah, I need $299. Nigga, for what? He like, all the lab work. I like, I have insurance. He like, your deductible. So my deductible like $5,000. Like it. That's why I had to wait to have like the eye stuff, because I was gonna have the surgery like 2 weeks ago, and the doctor was like, man, I don't even feel comfortable taking all y'all money like that. I was like, well, shit.
But you just needed so much stuff. You're like in an emergency situation. For preventative, when you go in for preventative things, it's really relatively cheap.
Normally it's free.
Right, that part's free.
Yes.
Or maybe you have an office copay $50 or
you don't even have that for risk. So I'm gonna go over your insurance for you if you don't mind. I'm
you want my card?
No.
I want my card. You trying to help motherfucker? Like go find me in this motherfucker for healthcare insurance.
So the
did I call you and say that shit? What I say?
No.
I call and say, bro, I'm finna make me a GoFundMe, dog. They got $1,200 I3 treatments. I like.
He said, what do you think people think if I make you broke, nigga? You broke.
He got all these shoes. He need not fuck that. That's different.
Can't get over there selling baked chicken plates.
$10 baked chicken.
Baked chicken plates. But so I'm gonna kind of go over insurance briefly as I can, because I think it's very important. So me myself, I was an enroller. I did benefits for different companies, travel the country. That's what I've done, right? And I try to help people along the way as they're getting their benefits. You can give me a call. I'll go over your benefits package for you and help you out. But anyway, there's normally 3 plans. Right now they have a high deductible plan, and they have like your copay plan, so to speak. High and low is based mainly on your health. If you're someone that is completely healthy, like I think myself is, I normally go with the high deductible plan. Okay, that's because I'm not going in and out of the doctors a lot, so I don't need copays, which is the one you're signing up for. The worst thing to do on your health insurance is get the shit the person next to you have, right? You need to set your health plan up to what your health needs. Now, on the higher plans, when you have copay plans, these are for people that are going in and out of the doctors. So when you go to the doctors, you're just paying your $20 copay, $50 copay, whatever it is. If you're going in and out of the doctors at least once a quarter, you need to get a copay plan, okay? Your deductible is normally going to be cheaper. Now, how deductibles work. You have your deductible, your individual, family, depending on how your plan is, you have your out-of-pocket max, right? So from $0 to whatever your deductible is, that is out of your pocket, right? Most of the time that deductible is going to be hit. You're going to have a 90-10 split, 80-20 split. So once you hit that deductible, say your deductible is $1,000, right? Once you pay $1,000 out of your pocket, that's when your insurance kicks in. Right? After that, the insurance is going to take care of 80% of anything, and you're going to take care of 20% of any bill, all right? So then once you hit your out-of-pocket max, it's very confusing. Once you hit that out-of-pocket max, you're done. Women will go and have babies in January and love it. And after that, they're getting everything checked out, looked at, because they hit the out-of-pocket max normally on that one pregnancy. So after you hit the out-of-pocket max, so you may have a deductible of $5,000, your out-of-pocket max is probably $10,000, right? Once you hit that $10,000, everything is going to be free for the rest of the year. So once that happens, go get everything done, right? But you're setting yourself up for failure, because as we're getting older, the high deductible plan doesn't make sense for our lifestyle, right? So we need to get different things. Now, also, there's in-network and out-of-network. So as you're talking about, you're paying that high price when you're going, you have to make sure the facilities you're going to are inside your network. And that's a phone call. Don't just go in anywhere, whether it's an ER, they have a list for you. This is very important and responsible to do before you go into any hospital or any facility. I've been to places and they were out of network. I walked out. Right, I'm not getting served for that. Now, when it comes to emergency situations, it's different. They're going to take it to the closest hospital. They can get you back to where you're well, and then they'll release you or send you to a hospital that takes your benefit. They're not going to charge you. Even when you're traveling, a lot of people worry, what if I'm traveling and something happens to me? If you're traveling, again, the ACA helps out with that, right? As you're talking about your preventative care, everyone, your preventative care is fucking free.
I love it.
Once a year, it is $0. Find your doctor, get you a primary care
annual
physician.
checkup.
Right.
It is
Annual
free.
checkup
Key.
is fucking free.
Okay, don't forget about dental, okay? Because they regulated people on getting health insurance, but they acted like dental was optional.
Well, I'll get into dental. All right. And then make sure you know what your copays are. Make sure what your specialist copays are. Make sure that where you're going is in network. That is the most important thing.
Do you need a referral for
and
your specialist?
do you need a referral? And that's going to be more of an HMO as opposed to a PPO.
Yep.
So that's going to be
You know
another
what?
conversation.
Speaking of that, I went to a regular eye doctor, right? And he was like, he referred me to the ophthalmologist. They were like, who referred you? And I said, who referred me? He was like, well, he's like, they did another fucking exam. They got another $165 because the guy that did the referral, he was just like, man, I can't do nothing for you, so go there. They said that wasn't good enough. Like, he had to actually document what was wrong. I'm like, bro, you can save me some money if you tell me what the fuck wrong. He was like, no, you need to go see them. So that was another $165 just because I didn't have a referral.
And if something like that happens when you go to your doctors, do not be afraid to contact your insurance provider and get that stuff talked about. The worst thing they do with doctors, they code the shit out of your treatments, right? Out of your visits. If you go in for your physical, your normal physical, so how you doing, Kelvin? What's going on? Oh, well, I'm here to get my physical. Cool. So what else is going on with you? Any other ailments? Man, my back is... Shut the fuck up. Right? If you're going for your checkup, your yearly physical, go for your yearly physical. If anything else is wrong with you, set up an appointment after that physical and get that taken care of. Once they code that visit from a wellness preventative to a procedure or to whatever you would call it, a checkup of something else, that whole plan changes. Now you're paying for that shit, right? So keep track of it. Also, when it comes to your prescriptions, your prescriptions goes towards your out-of-pocket max. Most of the time, it doesn't go to your deductible, depending on the plan. But your prescription cost also goes towards what you're trying to meet to get that race to the out-of-pocket max. The goal is to hit that out-of-pocket max if you have ailments. That's the goal. So where you're trying to pay $80, whatever, a pay period to get and have that $10,000 max, sometimes paying that $150 to have that $2,000 out-of-pocket max will make more sense to you.
Yeah, I might have to do that.
But prescriptions go towards your deductible.
They do?
Yes. They
Okay.
do.
Because we've had plans. It just depends how it's set up. From my understanding, because some plans they did not go towards.
Don't tell
your
them, doctor. I
deductible.
see it in your face. Tell them.
No.
Fuck, nigga, that ain't you wrong.
You're wrong, Colonel Sanders.
You're wrong, Colonel Sanders.
But that's
I'm wrong again.
but that's important because there's going to be some differences in every plan.
Oh, yeah,
most
for
of the plans
sure.
are going to be different.
But most
right?
of the time, it's deductible. People come and like, well, why am I paying so much? Well, ma'am, you got a $5,000 deductible you got to meet. So
Yeah. So and then also not just that. There's a lot of places where you can go to get cheaper prescriptions. A good RX or what is it called?
Good, all right.
yeah,
So-
right. This is a coupon.
Yeah. So and they'll it's an app. You go on the app, you type in your prescription, and they'll tell you where is the cheapest place all over town to get.
So
that
you take the
prescription.
card and not your insurance, or
So it just depends. I tell people, like, they'll have both. Like, they have insurance, they have good RX. And I'm like, yes, technically good RX is cheaper, right? Let's say it's $20 cheaper or $40 cheaper than your insurance, but you're never going to meet your deductible if you keep using good RX. So it just kind of depends on the situation. Like, I'm like, is this like a monthly medication you're going to be taking all the time? Then just meet your deductible and get it over with, because eventually your medication might be free.
Yeah.
Once your deductibles hit. Now, if this is like, acute medication, you just, came from the hospital, you got a pain med and an antibiotic or something, then sure, use GoodRx if it's, more affordable for you versus your insurance. But it just depends on the situation.
And another place to go that I like to tell people from experience, Costco's. Like, guys, Walmart is even not that bad depending. I hate fucking Walmart. But when
Yeah, they have like their $4 plan or $4 list medications that are always $4 at Walmart.
Yeah. So, I mean, you can get cheaper prescriptions at places like that as opposed, Walgreens, CVS. God damn. I don't even get milk from those places.
Yeah.
Only when it's on sale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now when you have those coupons and you put your number in there, now that's a different. I got 2 gallons of Bluebell for $10. Sorry, Kate.
He was excited.
That's a great deal. I think it was $8 actually. I was like, what? But anyway,
gotta be sorry for eating ice cream. I'm good, man.
GoodRx is a good place to go to. Also,
It's not a place.
I mean, it's a good.
You said motherfucker like it's McDonald's or something.
It's a good place.
Listen, he also said
It's a good
Costco's with the
resource.
S.
They got them like by every quick trip.
Costco's.
So that's wrong.
I thought it was Costco.
No,
It's
you're
just
right. You're
Costco.
right.
It's
You're
not
right.
JCPenney's either. It's JCPenney.
There's no S.
So when you go to Costco's, right? Go there and you're gonna eat your prescription a lot. Now, not always, but you can always go call, let them know, hey, this is what I'm doing. This is the prescription I need, and they'll price it for you. Anywhere will do that, from my understanding, as long as they have your insurance. Or how does that work? I don't know. No, y'all. No.
No.
Okay.
I don't have
You
a
say
script.
y'all.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I can't.
Walmart.
I tell people, I'm like, you need to call your insurance for them to tell you how much it's going to cost.
Okay.
At Walgreens or HEB or CVS or wherever you want to go,
Okay.
they'll be able to tell you. Now, if you bring me your script, sure, I can process it real fast and let you know the price.
So that's what it is.
Yeah.
So bring you the information that you need and price it out and do your shopping around.
Yeah.
I've had a lady who had a prescription that for her husband's heart medicine, it was, and I don't know how true it is. This is word of mouth, her story. So it's not gospel, but I'm going to say it anyway. She was paying like $800 for his medicine. He needed it 3 times a month. Well, he needed once every 3 months. So quarter.
A 90-day supply.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was like $800 some, some crazy price.
That makes sense because I have a medication that's $215. And Walmart would text me every day. It's ready. I call back. I'm not coming to get that shit. I'm like, you quit texting me, bro. Like,
can I take half?
like,
Can I make
$215,
can I extend
nigga?
this?
Like, bro, the doctor gave me like 3 samples of these motherfuckers. I'm good for right now. When I run out of them, I'm gonna holler at you. Like, quit
said they want
texting
the
me.
whole thing. They don't
Yeah,
want
bro, like
half of it. They don't want a part of
And
it.
I get there and they give me some card and I had to pay $10 a month. So then I got it for $10 because I wasn't getting you $215.
I got food stamps.
Yeah, I just keep eating right.
Walmart.
He said, I'll just keep eating right. Well, that's a good thing. Please
But
do.
but when she went to Costco, like the
Stop texting me
medicine was
that
like
shit.
$7. Went down to $7.
From
I
800.
would have to
Costco's.
just know what medicine it was.
I was
You
interested
know?
in it, and
Yeah.
and you hear those stories, and it sounds
Like,
very
what
well.
medication was
But
it?
I know for sure that you're gonna pay $20, $30, $40 cheaper than most places when you go to Costco. And that's just
But you
yeah.
also have to have a membership to Costco.
What'd you say?
You have to have a membership
Yeah.
to Costco as
If
well.
you don't have a membership at Costco,
A lot of
there's-
people, I don't.
Why would you send your stuff?
get a membership at Costco.
For what?
Gas alone, you're saving money. Gas alone, it's like damn near 10-15 cents cheaper.
Well, if you get Gas Buddy, okay, the app, you'll understand that Costco isn't always the cheapest gas. Okay.
No, and I'm pretty sure some around, but I
Yeah.
like Costco.
We all know it's Flying Jams.
Jam Foster Road.
Foster Road every time.
I don't like getting in and out of that
Sam got
motherfucker.
this good
Flying J is always cheap though.
It's always cheap.
But
But y'all cars don't be worried.
I don't want your game. Clicking, ticking and shit. But no, the Costco, GoodRx, just do your shop around. Again,
Oh, for sure.
you're gonna find different things. My story may be different from yours, whatever it is, but do your shopping around. We have options.
Call your insurance.
Call your insurance.
Because people come to Walgreens all the time and we're not preferred.
Yeah.
There are preferred pharmacies for insurance companies. So
that's true.
I'm not always a preferred one. CVS might be the preferred one.
You got to
That-
start by getting some insurance from
Yeah.
people.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
And, and that is definitely true. CVS, so I think United Healthcare or something. It depends.
It depends on the insurance, yeah.
Yeah.
Them niggas trash, bro.
But see, that's the thing. Just because you have United Healthcare is not
Trash.
trash for everyone. It's your employer.
Yeah.
So if you
I don't work for a big company, so it's 15 people in San Antonio, like 20 in Houston, 30 Dallas. So there's
But
5 of us in San Antonio said we gonna hit it. Don't nobody get that shit. That's why.
But regardless, and that's something too, because you need
It's
people
not
paying
enough
for the
people.
pot.
Yeah.
But your insurance provider is not necessarily trash, right? All insurance is insurance. You're going to pay for it regardless.
Yeah, it's trash.
It's your provider. So if you want that to be changed, you need to talk to your employer, right? They're the ones that can make that change. They used to pay a pretty good amount for your insurance. Now they're not trying to pay shit for your insurance.
When I
right?
first started, it was like $30 a week.
Do you pay? Do you pay part of it? Or they pay for the whole thing.
They pay part.
Oh, okay. So you had got it for that long, and then you was paying for part of it, and then you was like, I'm not going.
Somebody has a
20 years
question.
times
Okay,
$30 a week. Let's do the math.
Somebody
least
has a
one.
question for you. They asked, do you use a glycemic index food chart? If so, what websites do you use?
I'm very new to this, so
Niggas like just-
What is glycemic?
Do they have information on that? Maybe they can, if they'd use it. Can you ask whoever put that question out there? Can you please let us know if you do use one?
I just know he told me eat a lean meat, a vegetable, and light starch. So I do the I be doing the same shit. It's very repetitive, but
So
I know it's other shit to get before you kill me. I'm look, she get her say, nigga, it's other shit to eat. I know.
So how about your FSA, HSA? Are you familiar with any of these terms?
What? No, I don't know what that is.
Okay. So when it comes to insurance, HSA, FSA, all it is a savings account. So you can put. I say that word so
Like one on the flex cards or whatever.
exactly. So you can place money.
Why you just say
aside
flex card, man? Say flex, like what? A flex card, huh?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Layman's term, my fault.
Flex-
That's how
You have
you
a
told him to talk regularly.
Flexible
A flex
spending account.
Right.
Yeah.
Which people are getting for their dogs now. Okay. Veterans are cleaning
They
up.
have insurance for dogs now. You can get from your work.
Veterinarians. I said veterans. Come on now. Veterinarians are, man, they more busy than they ever have been.
And they're more expensive.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they are.
Fixing your broken arm is cheaper than fixing a dog's broken arm. If my dog breaks his arm, I don't have a dog. But he going to the woods.
I ain't got no animals, but trust me, I'm not
Dropping that ass on East Houston. We'll let your ass out right here. But no, so FSA, HSA, flex spending, health savings account, they're the same type deal. Only difference is your flex spending account, you cannot adjust it throughout the year. Whatever you put into it is going into tax deductible, tax breaks, things like that. Your HSA, you can actually change throughout the year. You can add increments of money. It is your money that you're putting into there. HSA rolls over every year. It rolls over. With your flex, sometimes it rolls over $500 a year. Sometimes you don't get none of that. You use it or lose it. So that's going to depend on your company. So again, if you're somebody like yourself who needs medication, them taking $20 out of your check is going to be a lot better of a situation than them taking you paying $300, $400 at one time. Also, when it comes to HSA, sometimes your company will match up to a certain amount. Sometimes they'll start you off with $500 to $1,000. Sometimes maybe even $100. But that's more money that you can have in your account that's not coming out of your pocket. So these are information. Yeah. So and again, it rolls over. Right. So these are questions that you need to ask. And the good thing about it, you can even take that money out. So say, for instance, if you're stopped working, you're not working there no more. This is something they don't tell you about your HSA. If you don't work there no more, the money that's in that account for yourself, they start deducting $3 or somewhere around $3 every month since you're not working there. And that's just maintenance fees. So once you leave the company, take that money out. They'll deposit right back into your bank account. So this is information that's good to know. You need medicine. You need medical treatment. You need co-pays for your doctor.
We all do.
So sometimes it's good to place that $20, $30 and see if your company matches. When it comes to dental is also something that's very good. Dental and medical is something that I recommend for everybody to get. When it comes to vision is something that I always recommend. If you can see, you're fine, because with your yearly checkup, they do a vision screening as well. Very basic, like you did X, O, Y, Z. So that's kind of what they do. If you pass that, you're good. When it comes to your vision, that's where you're going to get discounts on actual. What do you call them? Glasses. Or contact.
What it mean?
There's actually a word. I was gonna be smart.
She put a letter on wall. You can't see that. Like, I told you 5 times I can't see that shit, bitch. Quit asking me that. That motherfucking E was that big. Put it. I can't see it. She clicked on that. I said E. She was like, you couldn't see it. But first of all,
Always an E. No.
I told y'all couldn't see. Quit asking me that shit.
So vision is going to be mainly if you need glasses. It's going to be discounted glasses. But dental,
I think I'm gonna go get them big old ass white things in my mouth too.
Oh, let's talk about dental so I can say something.
yeah, no. So with dental,
How much that cost?
The dental again it's not like medical expense, but it's going to be very cheap. You're going to have a free wellness once a year. You'll get twice a year. I'm sorry,
6 months.
every 6 months.
You do those?
I do. That's what I do.
You're gonna get your teeth cleaned.
I do.
Shit.
Teeth cleaned twice a year for free, and then you're gonna have different plans. You're gonna have your. It kind of varies on the plans if you need a lot of work.
I am looking.
Dental is always weird.
I'm gonna get them teeth.
Yeah, it's different.
Yeah, dental is always weird. That's going to be company based. But what do you want to say about it? But one thing I will say, if you get dental, 2 free cleanings a year with what you're paying, get your fucking free cleanings. That is like the basic, just to make sure your teeth aren't going to fall out, because buildup of plaque will have you fucking around with this heart lady. If your teeth
infection in your mouth too. I mean, your tooth infection that messes with your heart.
Let's talk about periodontal disease,
yeah.
how it's connected to arthrosclerosis and all of those things with your heart. It is. Well, with insurance, I used to work with insurance because I was I was a front office coordinator as well, so I used to call insurance companies.
What did you not do?
Yeah, what do you not don't do? You
sell
everything.
You ever sell drugs?
I know. I have. Well, I went. Okay, so
I got through college. Couple of X pills.
me and Rochelle have we live parallel lives and just 4 years apart. Basically, we both went to Judson and we both went to UTSA. That's how I met Rochelle. And so I was doing my bachelor's degree in biology at that time.
He was a Judson. Shut the fuck up.
That's the school I went to. I didn't graduate from there, but of course, here we are in San Antonio. Let's talk about Judson.
Let's talk about Madison.
I graduated from MacArthur. Okay.
When did you graduate from MacArthur?
You Greek?
2000.
You Greek?
Yes, absolutely.
My little brother graduated from Mac.
No, not the same one. Okay. So I did that, and then I worked in front office dental because I wanted to see where I was working, basically what I was going to be doing. So I wanted to be a dentist, and I went very far into that process. I was an alternate, UTL Science Center. I didn't make it. I worked for an amazing dentist who said, why don't you go into dental hygiene? And I was like, I didn't want to be in front office. That was just dealing with just customers talking about, why my insurance ain't covering this? And how come I got to pay for this root canal? Because your mouth, that's what happened to your mouth. I ain't the reason why that happened. You know? But I didn't want to be arguing with people and arguing with insurance companies, and so I was like, I want to be clinical, and so dental hygiene was the opportunity I took. And it's one of the only professions that's purely preventative. So all we do is try to stop disease from happening. That's all we do. So when you go for your every 6 months cleaning and checkup, we're taking x-rays, you're getting your exam, and you're getting your teeth cleaned. Don't just think because you're going in 6 months that you're going to be getting it for free. Some people go in, they already have disease. So you're not always going to say, hey, I have insurance, I want a regular cleaning.
We need a deep cleaning.
Deep cleaning is the layman's terms. It's periodontal therapy. So basically we go underneath the gums because that plaque and that mineral buildup starts to happen. And the infection, once it starts, we cannot cure it. It's like diabetes. We can't cure it, but we can maintain your gums so that your teeth don't fall out, because the supporting structures of your teeth is your bone and it's your gums. So your gums attach to your teeth, and your bone holds your teeth in place. Well, when you get that calculus underneath the gums, and you can see it, it impedes your gums from attaching to your tooth, so that starts to get loose. And then the further down it goes, that's the more you can't clean it. And so if you don't get it cleaned by a professional, you're literally living with plaque and bacteria underneath your gums that affects your whole cardiovascular system. So that bacteria feeds off the sugar in your blood. So when you have diabetes, it can go faster. Dental cavities are going to happen. So you're going to have infections like that, and you're going to get cavities, but cavities turn into infections of your pulp, which turns into a root canal, which turns into, guess what? We can't save it. Now we got to pull it. Now you need an implant. The price starts going up and up and up. But if you start by doing your regular general, first of all, your checkups, but we're talking about children. We're talking about babies. As soon as a tooth comes in, I'm cleaning that tooth. As far as brushing and this is a controversial topic, using fluoride. Black community, I don't want you getting on internet and starting to believe.
They don't got an S at the end either, though.
What I come across is that
calcium
people,
early.
right?
Calculus earlier too.
Calculus, right? So people start getting on the internet and they start taking things. And I'm not saying don't do what's best for your health. If you never get a cavity, maybe you don't need fluoride. But if you get cavities in your mouth and you're not using fluoride, you're taking away one of the most easy things that you can do to protect your teeth, right? So fluoride basically is like the same as calcium for your bones. Fluoride mineralizes your tooth and makes it stronger, less likely to get a cavity in that tooth if it's strong. But if it's weakened, then bacteria gets in there and then the whole process starts. So your home care is the one thing and your checkups are the other thing. So you can't clean underneath your gums the way I can do it. But you can floss. Come on, Rochelle was like, let's talk about flossing.
Hello.
It's the one thing I have to convince people to do all the time. I floss 8 to 10 miles a day, plus my own, plus my daughter's. And most people don't floss at all, period. So we're talking about in between the teeth where a lot of the stuff gets stuck in your food and your bacteria that's just harboring and making that bad breath. You put that mask on, you know you smell that breath. You know you smell that breath. But people are so used to it, they don't understand that it's an infection in your mouth. Bleeding gums is an infection. It's not normal. If I touch you on the arm, your arm starts to bleed, you don't think there's a problem. But for some reason, when you touch your gums and they bleed, people are like, oh, that's normal. No. It's not normal. If you floss and your gums hurt, it's because it's inflammation. So your gums are literally doing like this because they haven't been cleaned out from in between. So flossing, of course, using fluoride, brushing, and then going to get your 2 times a year checkups. If it's a regular cleaning. If you have periodontal disease, you're coming in 4 times.
You ever seen an old person with that long tooth and like they gum way up here now?
Periodontal disease. It starts to.
Once your gum go up, it ain't coming back down.
I don't want to laugh at
Are
that.
you long in the tooth? I said, you got perio. Okay. If you have calculus buildup, I've seen people like this and they think their gums are normal. I mean, they're red, they're puffy, they're bleeding. And I've seen people with calculus that's like crawling up the tooth. It's orange, it's yellow.
Are you saying calculus on purpose?
I am.
Calculus. What is
calculus? Calculus is that hard buildup, hard mineral buildup, like lime scale. It looks like lime scale. It looks like like when you know
math.
hard water. Hard water means there's minerals in it. So the minerals come from your saliva. So the calcium, the phosphorus, the fluoride and stuff like that is in your saliva. Your saliva is in your mouth, and so of course it's getting bathed with that. So if you don't brush it away or floss it away, it stays and it hardens.
Hangs out.
Right. So if you have it, you might not understand that that's plaque. Plaque is soft. It's like the bacterial buildup, and then the hard calculus is like that. It looks like a rock. Some people be like, "Oh, my tooth broke." I was like, "That was calculus. That's not your tooth. It's not supposed to be there. It's not supposed to be in there."
You know what a good sign of a bad parent is? You had those kids with them silver teeth.
Very bad sign.
That's decay. Decay and calculus is different.
Them niggas always innocent criminals. Them niggas when I worked at Portia Rec, every kid with a cap with silver teeth now
Locked up.
And, you know,
I don't necessarily think that's bad parenting.
Right.
It could be lack of
Them kids be
awareness.
bad.
It
They
can also
don't
be
know.
lack of fluoride. Okay, so there's fluoride in our water.
That
So
part.
you can't escape. I don't know what y'all
Your
are
kids
doing.
had silver teeth in their mouth.
It's not
Wow,
right.
your kids got silver teeth.
You could be more
Exactly, neither do
predisposed
mine.
to it.
Their whole
You could be
fronts.
disposed to it, you know. So it's not necessary. You can't get away from fluoride. Fluoride is in your water if you drink tap water. If you drink the ice from your refrigerator, that is in there too. It's in bottled water. But I think sometimes people think that it's such a bad thing that they don't want to use it. But I was like, if you have cavities, like I mean, literally, you can see black spots on your teeth.
Yeah.
You got to be doing everything that you can. And little kids, they like sugar. They don't brush well. Like you on literally, like when I see people with children, my daughter's 7. That we say basically if she can't tie her shoes well or she's not responsible enough, she should not be brushing her teeth by herself.
Truth.
Because what we do with little
nobody
kids that
ever
come
told me
in,
that.
we are literally telling people when they come in with a baby's not brushing their teeth. I'm counseling the parent. I'm trying to tell the parent what to do about their kid's teeth, right? So when they come in, I'm telling you, when that tooth comes in, start brushing it. When that checkup comes, make sure you come, and just telling them what to do and what to use. But when they get to the age of like 7, y'all think y'all seen your kid in there to brush their teeth? They in there dancing, doing TikToks. I swear to God, you need to go and check.
sitting there.
When you see their teeth and you see that little white line that you can like scratch with your fingernail, they are not brushing. Some of the kids don't brush the back of their teeth. They don't brush.
I
the
mean,
tops
we
of their
barely
teeth.
could do that.
Well, exactly. So at this point, if you don't trust your kid to tie their shoes and be responsible, you have to almost still at 7 or 8, you're still helping out with brushing a little bit. For little kids, you should be doing it fully. We're talking about like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You should be almost doing it all the time. But I see parents who think that their kid can do it well, and they let them go and do it. Say, go brush your teeth. And then you don't check.
I realize
and then I see it.
I realize my kids can brush their teeth when I wash their clothes and they got shit all in their in their underwear.
Bro, why you say that shit, man? You a whole ass nigga for that shit.
why you think that?
She said he has shit stains, so
She telling me,
Because it's chock full of shit.
can't brush. Well,
You can't wipe your ass.
as he said, you have shit stains, so you can't wipe your ass well. You can't brush your teeth well. That's what
You
he's basically
absolutely
saying.
have to be watching them. I tell parents that all the time. You do. Yeah. I mean, even with because of my daughter, sometimes you have to really watch because they like to have fun. They in there playing, you know. So, but it starts when they're young. So when I see babies at 6 months and I see them when they're 8 or 9 or 10, they really literally don't have many cavities if they're not, if they're doing what they're supposed to do. But sometimes you see kids for the first time when they're 5 or 6 and they already have cavities. Yeah, I see babies at 6 months. Well, that's what Medicaid will do. Medicaid regulates you. You basically, if you have Medicaid, you have to use it and you have to get your checkups. And if you don't, if you ever had Medicaid, which I did when Gigi was young, if you don't go for your checkups, they'll cancel you. Because it's not a game. Because it's there for a reason. People are paying for this, so you actually have to utilize it. So those people are usually the most faithful, bringing in a 6-month-old child ain't got no teeth. I'm just talking to you. The baby's in the car seat. She sleep. We're not going to use her today. I need to talk to you about when this tooth comes in.
I'm telling y'all, man, when you see a kid with a whole frontal silvers, your mama, come on.
Hey, we off to a bad start. You know what? This not going to end well.
Start saving bond money. That motherfucker definitely
This
getting
not
locked
a
up.
college fund. We know what this is.
Definitely getting locked up.
Dental the prison pipeline.
Okay, I have a question for you. So now that you have diabetes, now you've been placed on medication. Do you take your medication the way you're supposed to?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's important.
Religiously.
I have a whole tablet that I'm probably like on 20 pages in. Like I write down what time I take it. I check my blood before I take my medicine. Then after I eat, like I have a tab, like one of those books, and I write down what I eat because I don't want to.
A food diary.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. I don't want to think the rest of my life. I just like shit, one meal at a time. So
It's good.
So
Come on, pharmacist. That was a good question.
Well, I just feel like in the black community, people
don't take their medicine.
don't take their medicine.
No, we don't.
I mean, I see it every day. All the time.
And kind of like
That's
what
true.
he said, but the price, because that's another barrier, right? Why they don't take they're non-compliant with their meds because it costs too much.
Yes, that's right.
So, I mean, you have samples, but
The samples they gave me, the first time before I got my insulin, they gave me metformin. That shit was violent in my stomach. Like,
Yeah,
like when I
that's
tell you,
one of
like
the main
that
side
shit woke
effects.
me up out my
Yeah.
sleep. I was like, oh my god. I didn't think it was a med. I thought, man,
It took about 2 weeks for it,
Say, bro,
for it to go away.
I like this ain't gonna work for me. I drive.
like college. It's gonna be like college. You're like, yeah, I'm done.
I'm done.
Yeah. This
I'm done.
you're like,
Yeah, sir. You're like, what's going on? Like, nigga, you know what the fuck going on in my
We're
stomach.
starting to understand things about your life and how things are different for you. Okay.
he's like Bucky's 100 miles away from each other.
Like, I'm finna be on the side of the road butt naked, man. So, hell no. So,
You weren't gonna make it, huh?
park my truck sideways. Just
Got that
put it at an angle and shit. Like, I didn't want the hero trucks come save me right now, motherfucker. I was like,
Mind your business.
I can't do this.
Aside from price, even when I have people who have free medication, because most of the time, 9 times out of 10, maintenance meds
That
are
generic
free,
shit, yeah.
right? Because the insurance, I much rather pay for your heart medication, your diabetes medication, than have to pay for your heart attack or stroke when you have it. So.
That's funny. Never mind.
Nah, I unplugged my hole.
I was like,
I get it in a second. But so also when it comes to the insurance, you can hear me though, okay?
Nah, it's not plugged in. Nigga.
how'd you unplug it?
I stepped on it.
Hey, you
Oh,
know what though?
Lord.
When you take this off your ear, you can just hear him in the in life.
Yeah, like,
yeah, that's true. That's true.
Nigga said, I unplugged it.
Welcome back. I'm back.
You back?
I'm back.
so also when it comes to your insurance, back to like to finish up the insurance, there's other insurances you get. Oh, back to the dental.
Yes.
If you don't get dental with your job, you can. I know there's a dental office. I went to Comfort Dental. I think it was one of those places that you can actually get dental plans through dental facilities. Is that
My office is like that,
right?
Yeah.
So
it's like a
and you
preventative plan. Well, what they do is basically say if you're paying out of pocket, it's $270 for a comprehensive exam, X-rays, and a cleaning. This is if you're doing a regular cleaning. You don't got perio. We don't got a problem right now. And what they do is they basically say if you pay that to the actual plan that you get those 2 free cleanings a year, you get the X-rays twice a year, you get an exam twice a year, and then you get discounts on services. But it's like the same thing. It's like almost like buy one get one free. So if you sign up through them, then at least you get a discount. And what you would do is basically pay for that whole plan with that first checkup you were going to pay anyway. So it's almost like a no-brainer, but it doesn't give you coverage. It's basically giving you discount.
Yes.
So what you say is like you can have these cleanings and it won't cost you any more. But if you needed a root canal, if you needed a crown, if you needed something else, then it's going to be a discounted rate. But that's better than nothing.
Better than nothing.
When did vision and dental stop coming with the shit? Because I thought that shit always
Never came.
really.
No,
Right.
you get
We
used
never
to
needed
have
eyes
it,
or
like-
teeth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
Never did.
It used to be all, and now it's just that was just
separate.
fucking.
there was always separate.
Yeah.
you were just getting
cafeteria
it.
plans.
Yeah.
It's always been like that. But also with the damn, I was gonna say something. I forgot what I was gonna say. I want to go into also the additional medical real quick. Also, so are you familiar with like your critical illness policies, your life insurance? Niggas, do y'all have life insurance out there?
Let me tell y'all something. I literally, for the first time since I was on my dad's insurance and when I was pregnant, I had Medicaid. I just got to a point where, okay, Affordable Care Act, I got my own health insurance. I hurt my knee last year. I had to get it. And I was like, oh my God, I couldn't afford it for that long. For that long, I didn't have it. I recently just changed job a couple of times. And I work for a company that they are partnered with... I don't even know who I signed up through, but I got life insurance for myself. I got life insurance for my daughter. I got an accident policy rider that I wasn't able to afford. And I was taking chances. I was out here just living this life, okay? Just taking chances every time. But it was literally out of my budget. I couldn't do it. And I just had to just say, like, now that I'm know better, I can do better. And that's what I was going to say about your mom. I was like, man, we can get on our parents, but there's limited things that they weren't available to get because of just the system, that how it worked and things like that. So they did the best that they could do with what they had. And the patterns that they had, what can you do? Now you know better. Now you can do better. Now I have more money. Now I can do better.
No,
but I
true.
literally lived. I'm 40. I just turned 40 last year. I got health insurance for myself for the first time. And now my company that I'm with now, they do offer it. So I'm going to get theirs. But then I got life insurance for the first time at 40. If anything would have happened, I'd be on GoFundMe just like everybody else. You know what I'm saying?
You
It
would be
doesn't
on
mean you're not
GoFundMe.
professional. Right,
Getting
listen.
judged like a
Well,
Your
motherfucker.
it
daughter, your
doesn't,
mom
it
would be
doesn't
on
mean
GoFundMe.
that, I was just out here just like living life irresponsible. I was working. You know what I'm saying? I was working. I was trying to save. I was trying, all those things that you're trying to do. Your health is just as important as those other things. But when you're limited financially, you can know all you want to know. The money ain't there. You know what I'm saying?
But and this is the thing when it comes to that. So even when it comes to life insurance, as you being about to be 40 years old, getting your first life insurance policy, that is costing her 4 or 5 times more than it would if she was 20. So I mean, and for the same amount, so you can get $100,000 life insurance plan, a whole life policy, and you're paying $10, right? As we're getting older, for that same $100,000 policy, you're paying $50-$60, if not more. And then of course, when your health is different, your plan may be different. One thing I tell everyone: if you can get a life insurance policy through your company, do it, because you have no exams. You're guaranteed issue the policy your first year there, and they can't deny you because of your bad health. You can be dying tomorrow, and you can know you're dying tomorrow. You get that life insurance policy, you pass the next day, the day after the plan starts, it's gold. You cash it in, okay? So that's something that you should get. When it comes to critical illness policy, so if you're not familiar with it, critical illness is the policy to where if you ever get diabetes, cancer, heart attack, strokes, kidney failures, paralysis, blindness, comas, tumors, things like that, it's going to
2 out of 8 ain't bad.
it's gonna pay you 10 to 20,000.
No, I'll just make light of it because I don't want nobody feeling sorry for me. So
It's
No, it's not. I don't think it's feeling sorry. It's a real. It's a.
It's-
a
Yeah.
lot of us.
discussion. I
We
think
can
it's
have
so
it.
relevant because it's
Yeah.
so many things going on. Yeah.
It'll pay $10 to $20 to $30,000 depending on what you choose on just being diagnosed or being found that you have diabetes. So when it comes to diabetes, the first thing from my understanding that goes is your kidneys. That's what it attacks. Is that correct or is that false with diabetes?
It don't necessarily.
Kidney.
But it affects your kidneys. Your blood pressure. It affects your eyes.
Affects lots of organs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything.
So when it comes to that, when organ fails, that's where the critical illness policy will come in handy. Now, sometimes there's pre-existing clauses on it. So now that you found out you have diabetes, there's going to be a pre-existing. Your pre-existing before ACA, they can deny you forever. Now, after ACA that they can't deny, you'll just have a pre-existing. So you have to pay on it for a year, and you can't make any claims on it for the first year. After that year, then if something happens, then again you can make your claim on it. And if something does happen to you at that time, you're getting $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 for that diagnosis. Not a lot of money, but it's going to take care of your medical. $10,000, $20,000, $30,000. $30,000 is some people's what they make in a year. Right?
yeah, that 10 would have helped.
Yeah, and you're missing work, so at least it's going to take care of your out-of-pocket max. And again, heart attack, strokes, kidney failures, paralysis, blindness, comas, tumors, and again, there's like 23 neurological illnesses as well, Parkinson's and all that other stuff. When it comes to an accident policy, I think an accident policy is one of the dopest things ever. And an accident policy is just when you get injured. You get injured. Kids get injured.
Talking about
You
like
get
the Affleck shit.
Exactly, like Affleck.
I did that shit for about 5 years. He just took out my mouth. I was like, I ain't lost a finger yet.
But see, you don't have to lose a finger.
Shit, nigga. Hey, I need my
Only
motherfucking
thing.
money back, nigga. Shit, y'all nigga bullshit.
got all my fingers, all my toes,
Cancel
too.
that shit. That's how they sold me. You lose a finger, I'm like, all right.
But
But
that's
I ain't
just-
lost a finger yet.
But
5
it's-
years.
But it's not just a finger. You can go and get most of them pay you on your wellness visits. So just for getting your wellness, you're getting $100 back, right? I like the Allstate one, I believe it is, because they give you 6 wellness visits a year per person, right? And that's $100 per visit. You're making money on that. And if you break a bone, fracture something, burn, whatever it is, they're going to pay you out on that in increments. So, these policies are good to have. You may not get into an accident for 10 years, but you're going to get into an accident. Once you get into it, you're going to wish you had that policy. It's not going to make you make gold, but it's going to take care of your deductible at least, right? So these are policies you don't have to get, but this is just information. As we're getting older, these are things that we need. Younger, accident policy, because we're doing that shit. When you're older, that critical illness is going to make more sense. They have hospital indemnity plans, a lot of other plans, but all I'm saying is that go talk to your representative. Don't get the shit that your neighbor got because it's not a test. You're not trying to pass or fail a grade, a class. Do your research, do your information. They have it readily available. You can holler at us here at Socially Responsible, and we'll get you in contact with Courtney. And
It was a whole lie. No contact contact me for
Coke,
shit.
Elise.
And she gonna tell you call your insurance.
Call your insurance.
You need to do. You know what you need to call your
Call your
insurance.
insurance, man. Don't call me.
And she'll give you all this advice. And all the
Hell
advice
no.
that I got, I have no idea what I'm talking about. She told me this before the show.
Yeah, right.
I'm just communicating that to y'all. So now that we find out we're sick, we're getting older, we're having illnesses. I'm gonna let you answer this. How can we live? What can we do to live as much of a normal life as we did before? Before I said, I'm gonna say this: if we're living this fucked up life, it's not necessarily a normal life that you want or you should want to go back to. Talking about eating, drinking, and just putting your body through a lot of shit, right? That should not be a normal we want, and that's my thought process on it. So once you get diagnosed with different things, ailments, diabetes. What are different options that we can have as opposed to just eating baked chicken every day and salmon?
Salmon.
He's just
Salmon.
using these words.
Salmon.
Hey, he
Is
using
the
his
goal to
syllables,
get off
okay?
of the
They
medicine?
hate,
Yes.
they hate when
And
people
you can't get off of
You
it?
can.
Oh yeah, you can.
You can.
Eating.
And that is the goal.
So yeah, it's not a lifestyle. It's a temporary fix till you get to where you need to get to. So what information do you have on doing what you can to be as normal as you possibly can with being, I don't know.
I think the first step for anyone who has diabetes would just start with research. Like how you're like, oh, well, I don't know what else to eat. There's so many things on Pinterest, you know what I'm saying? Instagram, people you can follow that have healthy eating habits and healthy eating pages where they show you what they're making and how to make it. And hell, some give you grocery lists for the week, what to shop for. Like it's doable versus I eat salmon and baked chicken every day. That's the most boringest shit I ever heard of. So
It's very boring.
Relationship, man.
It's very boring.
no,
I like it.
I like baked chicken. I like salmon, but Jesus, I'm not trying to eat that shit every day, Monday through Friday. What did you have, Courtney? Baked chicken. What did you have
And
yesterday?
they have
Baked chicken. Like,
nutritionists.
no.
I mean, your doctor can refer you to a nutritionist, or I mean, they have those options. To
That
talk
shit
to
got to
those
be on the same visit for me. Cause I
Your
ain't
cousin
trying
is
to pay
your
these
cousin
niggas
is a
no more money.
nutritionist, though. Your cousin is a nutritionist.
Monique is.
So
Monique is.
I call her even just.
I haven't
for
even told.
regular
I haven't even told him. This is the first time I really told.
Well, let me text her and tell her we on this podcast.
Yeah, tell her.
she about to
Tell
know
her.
now.
No,
Yeah.
but I mean, I'm you know people. I mean, so
What name did you put out there?
nutritionist, a dietitian? Oh, a dietitian.
Oh no, she's talking about my cousin.
Monique.
Oh
Monique.
yeah, his cousin.
Cheers.
Niggas, y'all call Monique if
But-
you got diabetes and get some good food in your life.
I mean, you got to
Just
take
general.
advantage. There's a lot of people
Yeah.
that goes gym. Those instructors, like that's their
That
thing
nigga's trying to
is
fuck,
that
though.
they are
Trying to get in
dietitian.
my
But here's my question, KK. Also, like, I don't say just black people, but like, why do we not make health a priority? You know what I mean?
That
Like,
part.
he didn't start getting healthy until
It was too
died.
late.
exactly. Like he
It was
was
too
like
late.
stopped. You know, in the middle of the track. Like, okay, well, this is why I have to get healthy now. But question is, why weren't you healthy before, or why are we not healthy as a you know?
I can answer that question because that's why.
What the fuck is
What's that mean?
Like you always do. Like it's not an easy lifestyle, and it's a stubbornness in a sense. And I'm not speaking for cake. I'm joking.
Yeah.
That's how it is for most people, right? Like I don't want to not drink this beer and eat these hamburgers and peanuts. Like when I'm going out, this is what you do: you eat pizza, beer, drink, and do shit like that. So it's. I don't say ignorance because I know people think that's a negative word, but it's just ignorance, lack of information, and this the will to think that eating that is for fools. I'm not gonna eat salads. Like what the fuck?
But I've been driving since 03 on the road, so it's easy to just stop.
Convenience.
Yeah, and like
Yes.
you make a delivery and your delivery is a fucking restaurant, and they just give you. People be like, you should meal prep, nigga, and heat it up where? You know what I'm saying? Like, and do what with it? Just sit in the truck.
Flying J's.
I get it, but
Flying J.
but your shit just sit in the truck in a hot ass truck. You know what I'm saying? Then
Bring a
it's
cooler.
soggy. And they got to answer to everything.
But
Nigga.
there's a solution to everything, right?
I got you.
There is.
There's a solution to anything you say. There's a reasonable solution to it. So it's not. I'm just trying to be a
But
dick.
19 years of doing this, it just at the flip of
Because
life.
you didn't
You
have
got
problems.
to change.
But
Yeah,
everybody's body is so different. Like what you're born with and what your genes are, what you learn from your parents is how you start life. Because and then your opinions about things is pretty much your parents, right? So your parents kind of what they cook for you, what do you eat, what do you like, and what did you do? Like did they press on you? Because you have to press on your kids right now. You know what I'm saying? My daughter, she eats one vegetable. and she's so picky, but we eat it almost every day. She loves broccoli. We eating broccoli.
That's my go-to.
That's
the only one I eat. Look.
Right, but that makes a difference because what your parents teach you and what your parents impress on you. But what did your parents impress?
That's important. Like
hot Cheeto eating ass kids.
Like your parents. So I don't know if they have health issues or anything like that, but
they do. They did.
Did they ever discuss their health growing up? Like, did you see them take medications growing up? Did you see them taking care of themselves? You know what I mean?
I never forget my dad always telling me, like, me and my brother, but y'all gonna have diabetes where y'all be eating these cookies and shit. Like, we just, all right, nigga. And we see him go through it, you know what I'm saying? And he passed from it, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, damn, this shit real. Like, what I fucking just couldn't see out the blue, I was like, oh yeah, let me stop playing around and take my ass to the doctor.
But the good thing, I guess, from when you're talking about type 1, type 2, you can fix yours. This is not a permanent.
What happened when we was playing basketball?
This nigga was.
He was throwing the ball. The ball was coming right to me, and probably where I like, damn, I thought it was right here. Like I was like, I should have went to the doctor then.
No, I tried to. We were sitting right here. I tried to hit him.
He hit me a cord, and I missed the motherfucker.
He like,
whoa, now.
Okay, my nigga's right here.
I missed the whole motherfucker cord.
But see, and it goes back to
laughed.
what Courtney's saying. Why not go get
checked in when you missed the entire cord? You knew something was wrong.
Well, after that point, it was bad. At that point, his eye was already messed up.
Some people don't want bad news. I have people that don't come to the dentist because they don't want to know what could be wrong.
That shit
that's a mindset thing. You know what I'm saying?
I sat in that motherfucker for 30 minutes just like, oh my God, he finna come tell me I'm finna die. Some shit like, nigga said. Then the two people walked in, I was like, oh.
Okay, can I ask you another question, KK? So like, you know how before you said, I got messed up and you was just like, oh, it might get better. We go by, oh, it's gonna get better. Did you ever say to yourself, like, I feel like sometimes like faith plays a really big role in like black household, like God gonna heal me, like, you know what I mean? Like, was that what your thought process was? Like,
that's exactly what I was at I was doing a podcast at a poetry thing, and the dude was like, bro, yo eye purple, it ain't supposed to be like that. I was like, yeah. You might want to get that shit looked at. That's when I went and got it looked at. But
that was like 3 weeks later, right after the incident.
Like 8 months.
He don't like
no.
Kay didn't like the insults. He was like, fuck this, I can't walk around with my eye looking like that. It was.
I'm like, dude, your eye cute, bitch. This ain't a design. I'm sick.
But that's crazy because I think
she was that eye. Oh, you got a blue eye. Like, I was like, you know what? Big head. You know what? I might keep this motherfucker. Might keep this dead ass out.
Pull all the hoes.
What some people can do, some people can't. It's all in your genes too. Like some people can go like, oh, people do this comparison. Oh, he eats candy all the time. He never gets a cavity. I eat candy one time and I get a cavity. It's like because his body, your body
are different.
His
people
body,
hate that shit.
You can't do what he's
like
doing.
Shit,
yeah,
you skinny. I'm like,
you can't eat what he's eating. He can't do it. It's not going to be the same for you.
You don't want to be skinny now.
You can see somebody doing that.
We also
not all skinny people are healthy.
That's true.
Exactly.
That's true.
I always say that shit right.
You see somebody that's big. Oh, you got diabetes. You got high blood pressure, and that's not necessarily the
like
case.
Jim Carrey. That's something that fat people say.
With all the dead weight.
Yeah, that's something fat people say. What do you mean all skinny people are healthy?
Let's generalize that. Let's not put people in categories because like being big might just be your thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that it's your thing, but what I get as a fitness instructor is that I battled this so many times. People think I'm not healthy because I don't look like I am an instructor, and they'll get on my Instagram and they'll get on your instructor. Look, she needs to do the program herself.
Hold
she
on,
too
they
big.
say you don't look what?
I don't look healthy.
Have they seen your biceps? Are you crazy?
I mean, people will take you as they see you, and what their thought about what healthy is, what their thought about what sexy is what they're gonna put on you. My body, when I tell you, I swear, I got an EKG. I got this insurance last year, and I was getting everything. You know what I'm saying? Because women, we got more to do. There's a lot more things, especially going on 40. But I got all that blood work, and I've been doing cardio. And she said, your chances of getting a cardiac event like a heart attack or things like that, it was like almost nil because my heart is so freaking strong. You can't tell what my heart's doing because you see what my body looks like.
But you look in shape.
No, I'm black, right? So y'all think I look in shape, but somebody who's white who thinks skinny is in shape thinks that I'm big.
You should have showed her your biceps.
You know what I told this person? I said, well, hey, let's start doing burpees or jumping jacks and let's see who stops first.
Right.
Because
this whole time I'll be the first one to tap out.
I'm coming out first.
That's why I said, like, shit, like, come do the class. Like, shit, I gotta do this shit 10-minute increments. Y'all gonna talk about an hour.
It's an hour of cardio, but it's fun. It's got the music going. You doing it. You got people in community. The best thing about the whole thing is that
I
you
got a
got
good
people in
5-10
community.
minutes in me.
I'm
Listen.
dead 5 minutes in, okay?
But see, 5-10
I'm
minutes
there.
is better than 0.
It is, but I'm mad at the men who don't show up. This is a women's class. It's not a women's class, not for women.
do the little step
but
spin.
women,
Out of that
so
motherfucker.
y'all be in the gym trying to lift weights and look a certain way, but really your cardiac health is so important. So you can lift
Especially
weights and
when
still
older.
not be working that heart, your heart. You know?
Yeah.
So that's why I say hit cardio is good because you're doing the weightlifting with cardio exercises too.
I'm going to commit. Me and KK will be at one of your classes.
Hello.
Listen,
I do my little
It's gonna
walk,
be
you know what I'm
fun.
saying?
Don't commit me to
Bro,
anything.
and when somebody tell you they trying to do better, like that, like I'm like I'm outside walking, he just hot, man. Shut the fuck up, nigga. I said I have to, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Wait till it get cool now. I'm going to bed.
I mean, no, you can
Like, I
pick
get
a
tired of
time.
hearing
Yeah,
that
don't
shit.
go
Yeah.
in the middle, like when it's just scorching hot. Then
No, don't do that.
I
yeah,
feel like
but
that's
you
the
can
best
go
time.
walking in the evening and then first thing in the morning. You don't want to go when you have a heat stroke and stuff.
You know what I do in all honesty? Like when I get on my cell phone, and I got this from my cousin Mike. I get on my cell phone. I walk around the neighborhood on my cell phone talking to people. And you can be on the phone for an hour, and you have to understand how many steps you done put in, how many miles you done walk. Around my whole neighborhood, the outside streets is exactly like 1.1 miles. Right? If I make that 2 times again, that's do the math.
I find it like
It's the S at the end.
like for me, I can walk outside and just lose track of time. Like I go to the gym, go to the treadmill.
Do that.
3
It's the
minutes, I'm
worst.
like, oh my god, nigga.
You should go
3
hiking.
minutes, like say,
You
I
need to
could
go
have been there for an
outside and be
hour.
hiking. That's so fun. It's different. Like
And
walking
then
around the track
start
is
a walk.
terrible.
You can start like a walk group. Yeah, they go hiking. I'm like, they go hiking.
Hey.
But I went hiking with them before. But we just talk and then, like you
Yeah.
said, on
Yes.
the phone.
It
Outside,
does.
like that's better for me. Like I can walk the neighborhood and I'm good.
Get on your phone
I get on the
and talk.
treadmill. I don't need a phone.
Yeah, on the
like when
treadmill,
I'm
you gotta
outside,
cover it up.
Now, I'm
Yeah.
looking at them like 350.
The scenery is everything.
But see,
Like, shit.
But see, also when you do that, I want to recommend this to everyone: go outside and walk if you're older, right? Take your child with you, right? Don't just walk by yourself. You and your child go walk around the neighborhood once, at least 3 times a week. And when you walk, talk, right?
Yeah.
How's your day? Like, just have those conversations. Something as little and mean and minor as that is a lifestyle you're giving your child,
That's
right?
right. It's true.
And that is like now normal. And now you're promoting healthy lifestyles because, again, like you said, we're fucked up how we are from how we were raised. It has nothing to do with it has everything to do with our genetics and genes, but it's how we were taught. We look at shit that we grow up and we're like, this is normal. That generational curse they talk about all the time, right? This is normal. And slapping the fuck out of my kid for saying something, that's what happens when you talk, right? It's really not the best thing to do. I'm not saying it's the worst, but I'm saying there's other ways, right? But this is stuff that we're learning. So, in something like that, Kay, when you take your walk, like you said, I'm going to have Kayla listen to the show. Kyla, listen to the show. I said her name wrong twice, didn't I?
Her name is Kyla.
Kyla. All right. So, you're going to have her listen to the show, right?
Well, just because it's women on here, you know what I'm saying? Like,
But just because you have strong black
accomplished women, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
You know
But
what you can do though? You can get what you start to see is when you hang around people that are doing the same. Some of my best friends are people I work out with because I'm serious about working out. So if you want some of my time and you trying to work out, you finna get some because I'm gonna do it. Like walking on Sundays, we do that. But with people, when you get in community with people, he'll hold you accountable. So if you're gonna hang around your same friends that's still drinking beer and still doing this stuff, it's hard to convince those people to not be negative with what you're doing and the lifestyle changes you're trying to make. But if you're around people that say, hey, KK, meet me at so-and-so, we about to go do this. Hey, KK, that class still at 3 p.m. I really would like for you to come sometime, because what you do and what you surround yourself with and what people are doing is more likely to be what you will do. So if you finna eat baked chicken all night, you better get somebody to love that baked chicken all night. You're around somebody.
But
Because it
also,
helps.
it's not KK can be the leader. He can be the one to be the change for
Okay.
his people.
He can.
Talk your
Right?
shit.
You know what I'm saying? So you can be the one.
that's why we
to
had this show.
But you can be
like
the one,
therapy.
and be like, all right, I'm gonna go walk.
Like-
And just like when we used to be at the kids' practices, right? And then sometimes, for the most part, I'll be at home cooking. But when I did go, then I would go walk around
Yeah.
while they at practice. It's too easy for all of us to go walk around.
And then, like you said, cooking. Like, how many people actually cook every day? Like, when I was a kid,
Ish. Let's put
When
an
I was a
asterisk-
kid-
put an asterisk on that. It depends on how well I'm doing.
like Madea used to cook every day, you know what I'm saying? So I grew up like, man, my kids they didn't grow up on home cooked meals. Like they
You grew up on spaghetti, didn't you?
fuck that. I have not had spaghetti in 20-something years.
So basically, what she's saying, and you also saying, be a leader in the lifestyle and quit hanging out with kids that come home with blizzards and shit from Dairy Queen.
I want to slap Kylie so bad. Let's watch.
Yeah.
Cookies and cream.
So, the last thing I want to talk about, Mr. Kevin Samuels. All right.
Hold on, because I don't feel like we touched a lot of everything.
Let's go.
There you go.
So real quick, because what I was gonna say was like Isha, my friend Isha, right here, right? No, but I think it's important for a generation, you know, like for us to teach our kids and stuff like that, right? Like Isha does something, and she probably don't know, but I mean, you know, like with Kool-Aid, her kids, they know to go put some water in that Kool-Aid. Like they're gonna water down their juices. That's something that they've already learned from her. So now, as they get older, that's a part of their lifestyle. Their snacks are fruits. You know what I'm saying? Fruits and vegetables. Like that's something we didn't grow up. My snacks is chips.
Yeah.
Something I used to drink. I don't know if you remember the Hill Country Fair juices, the big gallons of red and purple and orange.
They
right?
have flavors, they have colors.
They like $1.
99 cents.
Yeah.
I used to drink those once a day. Me and Mike would kill them, right? It's crazy. And Kool-Aid, same shit. My kids have, from my house, I don't think they've ever had Kool-Aid.
My kids ain't never had Kool-Aid.
I will not make it. I made it once for we did a TikTok. I made it once for a TikTok. We have 2-packs still in, and they've never had Kool-Aid. One thing we do drink a lot of is tea and lemonade, though. We do drink a lot of tea and lemonade. Sodas, when they're with me, we do not drink. I will not allow them to have sodas. A soda is like a reward.
So they
Do
don't
they
eat
drink water? They drink
no
water?
candy, just straight fruits and
Water
vegetables.
cabinet,
Oh, okay, I'm about to say.
Okay.
You know,
I mean,
we just started drinking
have you
water.
met people? I've met people today that are either our age or maybe even a little who do not drink water. Period.
I just started drinking
You see what
water
I'm saying?
like I'm supposed to.
And that's the crazy thing because my daughter only drinks water. She's never drank soda. The thing at school, I love this thing at school because even the water fountains, they have to take their water. She drinks water all day.
And it counts how much you have,
that's
right?
They have the water bottle.
She doesn't drink anything else for water at school. So when she get home, she can have she likes that Lipton green tea, man. That's what she can have. But
Yes.
I'm telling you, that's me too. But she doesn't drink soda and she never has, and she almost doesn't even like the taste of it, which is great because that's a great thing she's gonna take into the rest of her life. Now, if she changes that in the future, so be it. But right now, she's not gonna be one of those kids that says she don't never drink water.
Yeah.
She ain't gonna have them goddamn silvers in her foot.
Listen, how I clean her teeth, she want to get away from me, mommy. God. She's had cavities though. I was like the hygienist with a child with cavities. Lord, kick me out the program right now. But kids
Yaya
gonna
had a
get cavities.
cavity.
You ain't a dentist though.
No, but I felt like a shitty parent when she had it.
That shit happens.
No, but she was like 2. Let's just like maybe one of her early teeth, and it was because we let her sleep with a sippy cup in her mouth.
Oh, exactly.
And
That's
it was all my fault. It was bad parenting.
I almost said something I don't need to say now.
But you didn't know better, so you couldn't do better at that moment. But cavities are a thing. Right? That's one of the things you can't control sometimes. But you know,
that's that Hispanic side of your family.
Yeah, that's what that is.
but what you like?
Diapers and
That's
shit at
lifestyle
12.
and stuff like that.
You baby got a diaper on that shit.
A stroller at 19,
Baby feet hanging all out the motherfucker. Like, come on, bro.
But you
pick
know,
your feet up like a stroller.
that's what people don't understand. Like, you can get a cavity in between your teeth if you never floss, period. And then, it's one of those things. Do you floss your kids' teeth at 2 and 3? Like, some people don't. But if you go to your dentist, you're going to, a professional, if you're going preventatively to these things, somebody could be counting you on the preventative things that you can do to prevent these diseases, right? So, for children that come in super early, their parents get the knowledge and the information quickly. It doesn't mean they're going to do it, but they have at least the information to make their choices.
Real quick, so what is the earliest that you should take your child to the dentist?
When a tooth comes in their mouth.
Yeah.
Period.
Yep. When you see a tooth, it's time. Well, for some people, if their insurance allows it, 6 months old.
How many teeth should they be losing?
They get 20 primary teeth, so that they should lose 20.
Kyla went through. I was like, there's something wrong with her. Like,
Was she between the ages of 9 and 12?
Nigga, the tooth fairy was pissed
Yeah, that's
off
the
at my
time.
house.
That's the rest
Say,
of
hey, God
That's
damn,
the baby teeth. Hey,
smiling. She had
how much y'all giving these kids for these teeth?
Just this
Girl.
Oh, $20. I heard $20.
Racked
Oh
up.
my!
$20.
I fucked up and put the money and left the tooth. She was like, oh my goodness.
I'll do this again tomorrow.
So what happened was, how the fuck did you forget the tooth? I ain't even see that little motherfucker. She like, hey, say forgot. I was like, okay, so it ain't real. You know what I'm saying? This your last motherfucking
you
20.
looking like someone. How many more she got left? Start saving.
Oh yeah, this your last motherfucking 20 from me.
You need to get an HSA.
You can't even give a kid $1 no more. Like, what the fuck? What is this?
Too fair. Y'all ain't got plans. Y'all don't got health insurance. You don't got that health savings account.
That's the whole truth. That motherfucker would have done.
Baby, Tooth Fairy only got debit today. I don't know. We have to figure. So I
Cash out.
gotta figure some shit out. Man.
Put that motherfucker back in your mouth.
Nah, but that's also important. I'm glad you cut me off of that. Raising
Healthy habits
for our kids, and kids mimic what the fuck they see. You know, and I'm surprised. As much as I curse in front of my kids, I can only imagine how their mouth is going to be. But they
probably go hard.
Were you here for the first time?
My mama told me to tell you.
Get your
long titty, no nipple having man.
Bitch, I ain't tell you say all that shit. Oh, my kids cuss.
No,
What?
I remember you said you saw text.
not Kyla. I know she don't.
Nigga, Kyla is the worst. We was in the car. You know, Carrie get on her motherfucking nerves. She was like, and what you just shut the fuck up? I ain't hearing this.
You're in your own car talking about.
Like, nigga, oh my god, I was scared. Like, nigga, man, leave her alone. Like, oh, just shut the fuck up. Like, ooh.
She's
Nah.
serious.
I think too, KK, you know, you sharing your story, all of us, you know, whatever we have, I think transparency is key, right?
Yes.
And it's important. And also, I don't know if you asked, someone asked, did your parents, Courtney, you asked if the parents, you know, did you see them take medicine, all that? I think for me, you know, it brought my awareness was when my mom was diagnosed with diabetes, right? And then stuff started changing. Like, we went from white bread to wheat bread. It's like, hold on, this bread's thick. You know what I'm saying? It's disgusting.
It's come a long way.
You know what I'm saying? But now, you know, I mean, that's it. Like, it's like, okay, well, now I'm watching everything, and it's like, okay, well, we need to drink this type of milk. We're not drinking whole milk anymore. And it's
So you changed with her?
Yeah, I mean, we had to. I mean, I was in middle school. I was
Everybody know
They have a choice.
but now it's in me. You know what I'm saying? So
It's funny as you say that because I can't eat a white slice of bread to save my life, and whole milk is the fucking grossest to me.
Milk's just gross, period.
It
So,
is. All milk is gross.
Sorry, it doesn't really make
Chocolate
sense.
soy, chocolate.
You know.
Milk is
I
milk.
want to try
All milk is
almond.
spoiled to me.
I want to try the almond milk. A
Almond
lot of
milk
people
thick.
say.
All that
milk
shit tastes
thick.
spoiled.
So what's a good
It's thick.
non-cow pissing milk? What's the good shit?
Woo.
Nah, what?
Sheesh.
I mean, I don't know.
I hear a lot of like
Or
someone
soy
said
milk, there's almond milk.
What's good though? What do you think? Because I don't
know that shit.
I cook with milk, so I like milk, but I've never tried like that almond shit in my cereal.
Neither have I.
I was the kid that had the fucked up
You don't drink
gums because I didn't put milk in my cereal to be eating the shit.
This nigga.
Tearing my mouth the fuck up. Like, the milk is the worst.
You don't eat milk at all?
Nobody eats
I
milk.
put milk in my cereal.
Drink milk.
Yeah.
Nobody eats that shit.
So
I drink milk in my cereal. You know what I mean? Like, but
what kind of milk do you use?
just have whole milk. I don't.
one of my friends said oat
2%?
milk.
I use 2%.
Oat milk is good. Well, I know I've been in coffee, but
Oat.
I never had.
Yeah,
I don't know
oat
anything
milk.
that's the consistency of milk that I can tolerate in cereal. Because almond milk is so thick, it'd be like, if you want me to eat it with a spoon, I get it, but I don't know. No, it's not.
Low-key yogurt.
Yeah.
I haven't transferred off the cow yet. I'm 2%. I can't.
You're
do
still
it.
on the teat.
No way.
You're still on the teat.
Yes, I am.
2% milk is just water to me. I just don't see the point of it. You might as well just have like I've tried it,
Better
but
put some water
You
on
said
that.
2%.
yeah, 2% milk to me is just like
1% is
real. It's like it's watery. So, but I don't drink milk. Like I don't like to drink milk anyway. So I don't really care. I just need some for my cereal. I'm good.
And
Well,
you know,
that's the
quick
thing,
story. You talking about how you see your parents do it. So I was, cause my kids junk food. You know what I'm saying? I pricked Kyla's finger about a week ago. This motherfucker has not asked for any hot Cheetos for. I'm not living through that shit. Like, say, that motherfucker got scared straight immediately. She was like, she like, oh no. She looked at the blood on her finger. She was like,
But these are like torture snacks. Takis and them things, it's like, but not only that, you're talking about like the dye.
I don't
and
know
the,
who
like,
made
the
that.
that shit is
acid.
inside a soda now.
Whoever
Like,
It's
made that
nuts.
needs to go to hell.
These
it's like a hot Cheeto soda that they drinking.
Right.
Now.
What?
Oh,
It is.
That is nasty.
terrible.
I want to
Oh
say it's
my
like
God.
Mountain Dew make it or
We
something.
have kids for the basketball team between games eating Takis. I'm like, what? And cheese and that fucking.
Oh yeah, that.
With Luke, I'm like, nah.
You
What
have
are you
to watch
doing?
it.
That Rico's cheese or that nacho cheese.
The Ricos.
Yeah,
You said,
Ricos.
right? Oh my god.
Well, I think that's why it's so important that they were trying to change at one point, trying to change what was offered in school. Because my dad would give me money, and I didn't want the school lunch. And school lunch was decent; it was good. They were cooking it, but like they had the vending machines. I used to get a Snickers, a bag of Doritos, and a Mountain Dew was lunch. Like so, I
Hot
know
Cheetos
why.
and a queso.
But that you can't trust kids with that because they want junk food. You
Yeah.
can't trust them like that. But my daughter used to eat like steamed broccoli and steamed ravioli, like them little squares I showed you. And they were like, "How'd you get her to eat that?" I was like, "She a baby. She don't know nothing.
Yeah.
This is good to her because this is what." So she still eats broccoli to this day. So what you introduce them to right now, like she talks about being healthy. Mommy, are you going to go work out? Yes, I am. Mommy, are you like? She talks about being healthy at this point because it's so important to me that she sees the lifestyle already being lived out, and that's important because what they see is
My
what they-
grandbaby, she eat a lot of fucking healthy shit.
Broccoli
Like,
is something I eat a lot.
She just be sitting eating green beans and stuff like that.
That's cute.
She don't eat no junk.
That's baby. That's right. Yeah, she should. She
How
gotta
old
get
we
up.
talking?
She,
She
10
ain't-
months.
She ain't even got a year yet.
Yeah, she about to
man.
be. Yeah. She eats great.
So with the broccoli, I use.
Her mama won't even leave her. Like, go take a week. She was like, nah, y'all gonna feed her some push.
She is important, but that means it's important to her mom. You know what I'm saying? You do have to watch because I see people do this, and this is the worst thing. You do well for your child and all this stuff, and the grandparents be like, "Well, I gave him Mountain Dew. What you mean? You gave him Mountain Dew? Like that was not in our meal plan. That's not what I planned for my child." So some people think they can override you, and you do have to watch it because I see people who come in and they don't. I don't give that, but when they're at their dad's house, when they're at their grandma's house, I was like, "Well, you're gonna have to talk to their grandma because you're gonna have to pay for these cavities. Let's not get any more. Let's not."
Pay for these goddamn hands. Fuck you, pets. Like, no, that's something that shouldn't be done. That co-parenting shit is serious. And anyway, that's a whole other conversation. But my broccoli, I was gonna say, like, I put a lot of, not a lot, but I use sugar, not sugar, salt and pepper.
I thought you was finna say
garlic.
sugar. I
Use
was like,
pepper. You don't need salt.
I
Salt
use,
for what?
in my broccoli, salt, pepper, and garlic.
A little
I
bit of
just eat
salt is
broccoli.
not bad, but you gotta watch the salt and
I don't do it like my French fry salt. Like, not that much salt, but
a little sprinkle.
Yeah, I like the seasoning of that. Yeah, I
I
get
mean, you
it.
can use pepper.
On broccoli?
And then, nigga, that's and some
Salt?
cheese.
I use y'all use salt and
and some
pepper.
cheese.
Nah, I just eat the shit. I ain't
if
putting
it's-
nothing on it.
We're
You
talking
don't want
about
to get in the
cooked broccoli.
habit of
Put
using
it-
salt for everything. You can use pepper.
I'm trying to get, I'm trying to get white
salt,
folks seasoning.
What can I put on them nasty ass boiled eggs?
Pepper.
Pepper.
Go like this. Close your nose.
You can also put
I eat that
paprika.
motherfucker fast.
Paprika is like that very
Deviled
smoky,
egg,
you
make
know.
it a deviled
like,
egg.
yeah, you can. Yeah, you should.
I'm gonna
I put
trench that
pepper. So
So
motherfucker
how's your
in it.
blood pressure? You have good blood pressure?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Blood pressure good. Just
We about to find
Yeah,
out.
I'm just
Listen,
on.
I'm gonna start putting my arms up, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. I'm just on that.
Hey, we're gonna do that class.
Come on now.
No, we're gonna
Okay,
make it
let
a
me
bit-
tell you, I really do. I want to do this, and I don't know if it's going to happen sometime soon, but we'll try it. There's a lot of people who want to come, and they're men, and they don't want to come when they're the only guy. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
why I asked you, is it
Let me
good?
tell you something. There's guys in there that represent. We don't be in there twerking. We don't be in there. We be in there working and
I'll
having
twerk
fun.
with you. Let's do it.
Hey, let's do it then. But I feel like your sexuality is not associated with you popping your booty or not. But if you do whatever you want to do, I call out what I call out. You do what you're comfortable with. But what I see is that men don't want to go a lot of times because it's women dominated. I'm like, if you a man and you see all these women,
I'll definitely go.
Let me tell you, we're talking about single, some single, successful, beautiful. I don't see why you wouldn't want to be a part of that. But I do plan on doing something where we can have more men together.
It's not
at
even the
same time.
face. Just like that shit looks.
'Cause they
like y'all
want-
been doing that shit for years. I just walking out. I'm way off.
Because you're looking at
new
who
people coming every
videos.
time.
Huh?
Yeah.
Because you're
His
looking at who
rhythm-
videos.
His rhythm.
Look at that what?
Whose videos?
Yo
that-
videos.
Right. And we're the advanced, but there's people in there that's
That just
doing the
started.
basic.
First class,
Yeah.
second class, third class.
So
Like,
don't judge it off of us.
Yeah.
Just
to
go
start
to the
somewhere.
back. Just go to the back.
You know what? You know what's surprising to me? This is the surprising thing because a lot of times what we think is that you're born with this innate rhythm as a black person. Sometimes it is, and sometimes it's not. It comes from what your parents teach you. Because I know some
No.
people that do not, and I am like aghast.
I don't
to
think
see-
it comes from what your parents. My middle child has zero rhythm.
So does that mean you have rhythm?
I have rhythm.
Okay.
Her dad has rhythm. Bless her heart, she's got none.
Right.
You know, my oldest one has
environmental. Some is environmental, and some is what you
Yeah,
can
like,
do.
my
Yeah,
oldest
yeah.
has rhythm, and the
Right.
baby actually has rhythm. She be on beat. She be watching the Kanto on beat. You know, I'm like,
Right.
hey.
But
that middle one,
I'm so surprised
no.
by it because what it used to be was the stereotype was that all black people can dance and all people,
No.
black people have rhythm.
My father
It's
couldn't
not
dance.
true.
That's not
Well,
true. My daddy had no rhythm
True,
whatsoever.
right. So when people come in,
more true
sometimes
than not, though.
right. So
Yeah, we got a
sometimes
little rhythm.
what I'll see is that people are struggling with just the mechanics of it. Not just like, can you do it? It's like literally like snapping a finger and doing like this. Okay, go to this side. And I'll be seeing people that are like, they ain't got that. I'm like, well, but the thing is, you can get it, but you have to practice. Like the second time you go, the third time you go, you get more.
Hold on real quick. Do that again. That shit was loud as fuck. Do that again. That whole lot. My shit weak.
This motherfucker be facing
you snapping from way down
facing
here.
the crowd and on point. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm in trouble.
How old were
he's
you when you learned that the snap doesn't come from here?
right
The snap
here.
comes when this finger hits.
What finger you snapping with?
That the
No,
sound comes from
he's snapping with the right finger, but he's all the way
not
down
this.
here.
But see,
This is not the sound.
I can't get annoyed.
What's the sound?
The sound is when it hits here. That part hitting
Nigga,
right here.
I don't want to get slapped. I feel like, nigga, get your ass in your. Look, it's.
It's not hitting right here. There you go.
It's better right here though. She making fun of me. I get nothing.
snap.
I get nothing. You can't.
I didn't have
But
rhythm.
it's literally
Can you
just
whistle?
practice.
You can sing.
My dad used to do that loud whistle.
Oh, my daddy too.
I hear that shit around the block. Like I knew, like a dog, like a trained animal. Like, I heard that whistle. I gotta go, y'all. Paul Kenny come. I gotta roll.
Miss a shot.
Yep.
Nigga, it happens.
I have
It happens, dog.
Can you whistle?
Nah, hell no.
You can't whistle?
That I can't do that
That's a
loud
whistle.
ass.
That's a whistle.
I don't like
Yeah.
I'm not real good.
That sound like Aaron just going
Remember
through it.
that? What was that? The theme show, Andy Griffith, something like that. I can't do that. No, I can't.
Can't whistle.
Can you roll your R? I can't.
That ain't an art.
Roll your tongue? You mean roll your tongue?
Go ahead, roll your tongue.
That was Spanish
Okay.
class for me.
Yeah.
My tongue used to be stuck to the bottom, so I couldn't do it. I told my teacher, I said, "Hey, I ain't telling nobody else, but my tongue is stuck right here. Don't be expecting me."
That
hard.
Marcus.
Like,
What's that gonna do?
Marcus.
Marcus, darling.
Don't start talking about that movie.
Can you do it again?
Stranger.
Marcus.
I can't do that. Can you? No, you can't do that. I can't do that.
You roll.
Every time you say that,
I'm about to find one.
That sound like your carburetor messed up.
I'm about to find one on ADL.
He needs some
Take care of me.
I'm being sexy. I'm being sexy.
He need maintenance, you know what I'm saying? He need to get his oil changed.
You need a tune-up.
Oh, we got jokes. That we doing right?
No,
That's where we at right now. Okay.
Oh, no. You started it. Why you look at me?
Oh, I don't know what's going on. I'm just.
Can I get some Kevin Samuel love
Go
real
ahead.
quick?
Go ahead.
Wait, before we change the subject, though, hold on.
Rochelle,
There you go,
Rochelle's in charge of this conversation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
We need it.
Okay, so damn, I was gonna say something, but I think I feel like the takeaway is everybody needs. Well, I mean, if you don't have insurance, there's other ways, as Courtney stated. There's HealthLink, CommuniCare. There's different like health insurance plans that are insurance. I mean,
Look at the website. Look at the website.
financial-
Obamacare
it is
website.
fixed, yes.
Still up?
Affordable Care Act.
Don't they got the website up to where you can
I mean, everything is
income based? Because you don't have to get medical insurance through your employer. You can get income based.
This is right.
Correct.
I have a plan that's separate of that.
Yeah.
Separate of
So I
yours.
mean, there's a lot you can call.
I don't care where you get it from. Find something
That part.
and get a fucking checkup. Like,
that's what I was getting
Go
to.
do some lab work. Like just
the minimum.
get
Preventive care
you have
is-
to know. Like you just running around here ugly, dead in the inside and shit. You know what I'm saying? You think you perfect and shit. Like I'm good. I knew I'm good, nigga. Like there's something wrong with your motherfucking ass. Like come on now.
No, because people are afraid, right? You said
No,
y'all
it's-
were getting ready to have your colonoscopies, and y'all are afraid of.
So I told Kay we can go with holding hands and we can go get it together. We can have make an event out of it.
They don't make it like couples massages, I don't think.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Y'all both can't be at the same time.
We
But,
can't-
but
well,
what are y'all?
no,
What are you
I'm
afraid
together.
of? That's the question.
So this
He don't
okay.
want to like it.
I said that. I don't want to.
Fuck around, come.
I don't want to come.
You gotta be knocked out.
Yeah, you're
That
gonna
nigga don't want that nigga on bus.
I don't want to wake up and be like, I had a wet dream. Like, I don't want none of that.
I can't stand y'all.
I gotta fuck around.
Doctor.
I gotta fuck around and change my lifestyle for real.
Nigga, daddy. He said,
Dr. Daddy.
I ain't scared. I'm gonna do it.
You will be anesthetized. You'll be.
So same time next week, right?
What are you doing here? I got an appointment. Take Morpheus.
No, but
Stalking that nigga.
but it's important. So
that was all jokes. I want to get mine, and I don't want to because I enjoy it. I want to get it because it's needed, right? And I understand how the black community is. A lot of illnesses and stuff run in my family because my family doesn't run. We're that type of family. We were very out of shape, right? But I think it's important, so I'm okay with it. I'm excited. I lived and worked in the health field. I'm good. He's the one that we need to get going.
He pointing fingers today.
No, but it's like he talked about it on the show. His mama didn't talked about it. Like he needs to go, and he's more open to go now, which is dope. Like I say, K's did a whole 180.
Yeah, I ain't want my legs all in there, no camera in my head. Shit, come on, bro. Like, put me to the side. Let me put my shit to the side. I want my legs.
Like field goal.
Wake up my shit like this in the field goal position. Like, am I good or not? Shit.
All over TikTok.
But life gets real though. You face one medical thing and you don't want that thing to continue. It will change the way you think about it.
No, my doctor told me that I need to go get one, so I'm gonna get one.
Yeah,
How old are you, KK?
45. I'll be 46.
Oh, yeah.
in
He late.
2 months.
Right.
What you mean I'm late? When I'm supposed to get it?
40.
39. A few more months.
I had a what are EMS people?
EMS.
EMS, the ambulance.
Yeah, what is their name? The person that works in the back doesn't have like a real name.
Dispatcher.
No, the one that works in the back of the EMS truck. That EMS
I'm sure
tech.
they all just kind of switch out, but
Well, anyway,
What
whatever
word
it
are
is,
you looking for?
he said he was something like an
Google.
EMS.
I know.
Right.
EMT, nigga.
EMT.
Jesus Christ.
Okay,
Oh.
that's what it is.
Oh.
What does that stand for? I'm
technician.
bad.
Yeah.
Emergency medical.
Emergency medical technician.
Nigga said
Okay, so-
EMS.
EMS.
I knew it. I knew that wasn't it. Y'all niggas didn't know either until KK. Thank you.
I mean, I knew
I learned
we
something.
know
I learned
EMT
something
is,
3
but-
weeks in college. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I did 3 hard weeks in college.
I learned a lot.
Okay, but your point.
Like it was real time. So he was saying that his family has had histories when it comes to the colonoscopy to where it messed up things more than it fixed. To where he had issues. His grandmother, or father, grandfather had issues with it. To where it ruptured something, hit something, just something really bad happened. It was a long time
But
ago.
something happens.
And the thing I was telling him is like, that's why he doesn't want to do it. So there's I guess there's issues as where people don't want to get it. But again, he went long time ago, long time ago. His grandfather, whoever did it, or grandfather, father, whatever, to where like I'm pretty sure procedures were different, and also technology was different. So a lot of things could have went wrong, and I don't want him to think that is a good reason not to get his done.
Right.
So we all have reasons and excuses as to why not to do something that we should do. And I say that to say this: anyone who has any reasons not to do something, think about saving your life and just being around longer. And it's always easier, not easier, it's always cheaper to catch illnesses and ailments earlier than it is when you're at stage 4, stage 3 type shit.
Yes.
So you can also save your life if you catch something earlier. So I recommend everyone not to bring up excuses, not to have reasons not to do something that you should do. That's my takeaway from when I had that conversation. I was like, man, I'm kind of disappointed.
Especially black men talking about homosexuality is the reason why you don't want to do it. Don't do it.
I mean, they just say that pleasures is something that's like it's unmeasurable, and I was like, I like the pleasure. I like my normal pleasure. I like my normal pleasure.
You won't even know. You be knocked out.
If I wake up with a wet stain or with a dry spot in my underwear, I'm be kind of disappointed. Had a whole wet dream.
You don't have no underwear on, boy. You gonna be ass naked under that robe. Ass naked under that robe,
Right.
boy. You ain't even gonna know they touched
No
you.
draws. Gone. Sleep.
I mean,
You gonna be a statistic.
so what? You gonna be a what? No, how did you say that? How'd you say?
Go ahead, do them like that.
He said,
That'd be a statistic.
No, but with any procedure that you do, there's always going to be risk of some type of complication.
Yes.
I mean, so
But you have to measure that into how many have they done in a year?
That's what I said. I told
A million. And then one thing, if you take those risk and benefit like things, ratios, you have to look into those things. And then look at your doctor. Pick a good one.
Hello?
So
You
out
know
of,
what I'm saying?
So out of all those dates that exist, how many is on one? Not a lot of people
that
gonna
the
be
risk
like.
is like really low compared to what you could find out and how you can help yourself.
Not many people on them dates is taking Ubers talking about you're paying. So I mean, you should just continue trying it over and over.
Yeah, he's got a
True that.
point.
got a point.
Yeah, you're right.
Get back on that online dating.
Get back on POS.
Just don't be on POS.
Let me tell y'all
No.
something. I'm single and happy. Okay, don't do that. No, I'm just kidding.
Crying
I'm
and
just
shit.
playing. I know. At night, like,
still.
I don't nobody want me.
Single still paying for her own
Ice
meals.
cream.
Ice cream, some pistacho ice cream. Sad watching.
What did you
What?
say?
Pistachio.
Pistacho.
What I say?
They got it at the McNay.
Pistachio. What did I say?
Pistachio. You didn't say pistachio. You
Pistachio. Pistachio.
You said Picasso.
No, he said paying for her
You said
own meals.
Picasso.
Yes, I do.
I
Just
fuck
like I
up.
do every day.
I fuck with words all the time. Y'all just knew to this.
He
shit.
do.
Y'all
Big ass
just knew to
degree
this.
on the
Right.
wall.
Hold
You got some
it.
people with some good ears too. Like what did you say?
What did he say?
Say that shit again.
Excuse me.
My bad,
Excuse
KK.
me.
Man, trying to say that word again. Like, shit.
It was funny.
Let me make
It was a
it.
number.
I'm gonna get that
I
pistacho
didn't
ice
call
cream
you out
too.
on it. I didn't call you.
It was
out.
us.
Yeah,
It was
I'm
me and Carol.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Both of us looked at each
It's-
other like, what did he say?
I'm like,
That's what it
What the
goes.
fuck he just said?
No, this is some shit you ain't even heard of yet. You need to. Y'all ain't no drink milk. You know, it's just some shit you ain't on yet.
No,
it's that,
exactly.
It's that 2022
No.
snacks.
Pistachio ice cream is my favorite.
Really?
Yes.
That shit
And
sounds
you eat
good.
Twizzlers.
So
It
good.
doesn't.
I thought it was
doesn't
really
surprise
good.
me at
It's
all.
really good.
Calm down.
You eat that shit too?
What?
Twizzlers, that shit though.
Yeah.
Twizzlers is
Twizzlers are
great.
great.
We already talked about that. Twizzlers.
Yeah,
that's
you
not
just
even
said you eat
Y'all said
pistachio
what?
ice cream. So I mean,
Yeah.
What?
I'm sorry.
Twizzlers can't be that great.
Now he want to get to his camping sandwich. Let him get to
No,
it.
because I'm still not done.
Ooh,
though.
That's what
I'm
we're talking
just
about.
saying.
Shit.
I just, but no, because this is for real, and
Okay,
this
okay.
is very serious. And I think, I know we're sitting here laughing and joking, but I think the viewers, listeners, whoever, they need to really hear everything that we're trying to get across, right?
Sure.
And not only dental and everything else, but like mental health is very important.
That's big.
That's something we haven't talked about. Life insurance, I would say, I think everybody needs it. And even what I heard, I don't know. I mean, I personally didn't look into my company's life insurance policy, but what I hear is that like there's stipulations. So it's not necessarily
The best. They're not giving you the best.
yeah,
that you
like
could be
I
offered.
think some of the things, like if it happens at work, or I mean, besides the accidental and all the extra.
So I'll kind of clear that up. So there's your work policies, which are more like term policies that you can have while you're working. Very cheap. You get $1 million for like $8, right? But then again, if you leave your job, you lose that at the rate that
Right.
it is, so you're gonna get rated. Most companies, when they sell your peripheral or your I forgot what it's called, but when they sell your like critical illness policies, your accident, cancer, your whole life policies, those are policies that you own. You can take those with you, right? If you take them with you, the price does not change. The price is going to be consistent. It's yours. You just have to pay through it through yourself as opposed to your employer just paying it for you where it's coming out of your check without you seeing it. So those are the policies that you want to get when it comes to your life insurance. Even when it comes to term policies, stay away from those. They're very cheap, very inexpensive, but they're not yours. So do your research, and they're not bad at all. And the best thing about getting a policy when it comes to your employer as opposed to individual is that you're getting
Discount.
You're basically you are getting a discount, but it's because you're considered one of a whole. So you have a master policy. So you're part of the whole company. So when it comes to your individual health, they don't care about what your individual health is. When you get a policy outside on an individual basis, you're going to have a doctor exam, and depending on what your doctor exam is how they're going to rate your policy.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? So you want to avoid that. If you can ever get your first policy with the company, do it with the company. It's going to be the best thing ever. And again, make sure it's a whole life policy. Make sure that it's transferable so you can take it away and your price is not going to change. Most of those policies also build cash value. Most of those policies on mine, for the first 10 years, I pay an extra $1 and it's going to rewrite my policy, and whatever that $1 is going to give me, it's giving me about $10,000 extra a year for the first 10 years. And it's automatic renewable, so I don't have to take tests or sign up for it ever again. It's my policy. And then again, the cash value that it builds up, it's cash value is a portion of what you pay into it goes to an account called cash value. That is your money. You use that money, take it out to pay for a car. Again, it's going to take a lot for you to get that cash value that's going to make any kind of sense, but these are things you need to look into. So make sure your policy is supplemental benefits. It's a supplemental plan. So make sure these benefits are those, not that's tied with your company. But definitely go through your employer.
I mean, yeah, get it with your employer, but I think that you need to have outside life insurance. I mean,
but that's what it is, though. It's just through your employer.
because you can't take it with you.
Yes, you can. That's what I'm saying.
Not all companies allow you to do that.
Well, that's an option to have. So again, you have your group policy, which is going to be your term policy. Then you have options for whole life policies that come it's not even sold through your company. It's sold through an outside company. That's your supplemental. So when they offer you the critical illness, your cancer policies, your accident policies.
Yeah, see, I was never offered that, so I don't even know.
So when you offer those, they also have whole life policies. All those policies you can take with you: critical illness, cancers, your hospital indemnity. All those plans you can take with you when you leave your company. They're not tied to your employer. They're tied to you.
Okay, but then people that don't have jobs, they still need life insurance.
Yeah. So if you don't have jobs, then that's where you want to call your local. Call 1-800 number. Go on Google and type that in there. Call Allstate, Aflac. So that's where you're going to call something like that.
There's a lot of people. Yeah, you can get on Facebook. A black group. I'm not, be a black group. I'm just saying though. But little life insurance.
No, you can.
Agents and stuff. And then also, okay, so I want to touch on, because I'm not sure if everyone knows, right? So the number one silent killer is, well, do y'all know what the number one silent killer is?
A high blood pressure associated with
you working.
The police?
Not for
high blood pressure. Look.
that part.
Well, then here come the dumb nigga. Oh yeah, high blood pressure.
No, but it
Hey,
is,
when
right?
the teacher say something, the small prayers,
After you hear somebody say, you be like, I know that is. Yeah.
Teacher, I got it.
But so maybe, I don't know, if that's how your mom had a stroke or whatever, but high blood pressure, hypertension is, one of the things for strokes. So that's one of the causes for strokes. It's important, right? Because they call it the number one silent killer, because you can walk around and have high blood pressure and not have any symptoms, right? And
until you have a stroke.
That part. Or you can have a heart attack, you could die, like all of it.
I'm listening.
Oh, because you did your research. Okay. So yeah, hypertension is important. So when we talk about salt intake and y'all putting salt on everything, that's just something that we need to break too, right? You can cook with a lot of like herbs or different stuff, and your onions and bell peppers. I feel like all black people got onions. You ain't got nothing. You got onions and bell peppers in there.
The
but
trifecta, put on some celery in there.
That, you know what I'm saying? So it's important to use other things. And like Courtney was saying, Pinterest, and you have all the you have resources. So
at your fingertips. Like,
yeah, and then for African Americans, like cardiovascular disease is our number one. That's heart
disease.
Yeah, heart disease is our number one
killer.
What's the word? We're affected by it. It's not necessarily killer, because like diabetes, or like we have it, and in women, honestly,
the prevalence
and
is higher.
Yeah, and with women, we have it. It's higher. Our rates are higher than men, African American men, and I know that from research. I'm just saying, I can't quote my person and cite my citations, but I just know that, right?
Wikipedia.
Recently, no.
I'm joking.
But oh, there you go. You got heart disease. But you have younger people. Oh, there you go. 45 to 64. You have younger people dying of heart disease, and I know we're going to talk about Kevin Samuels or whatever, but. I don't know if
we take blood pressure at the age
of
of 12 because
is it like a now thing?
That's a now thing. So we used to start taking blood pressure. I don't know what the age was, but they dropped it because the prevalence of children. First of all, childhood obesity. We live in San Antonio. We know this. Childhood obesity and all those things are associated with the higher prevalence. Is like starting at the age of 12. So these kids that you're not pouring this into them now. They're already experiencing disease at 12 years old. Some of them. So those things start to happen.
Like
earlier.
real, like heart disease,
right? So
body failing.
In the dental office, we're still okay. We're medical professionals too, but like I can't do anything for your high blood pressure. I can't even tell you have high blood pressure, but we take it because things that we do can affect your heart, right? So we give you epinephrine, we give you things when we give you anesthetic that is going to affect your heart. So we take your blood pressure as like it's just like that little factor that's going to say, hey, does this person have an issue? And sometimes I'm telling them for the first time because they're not going into Walgreens and putting their arm in that machine. They don't feel anything. They don't feel any symptoms, so they're not taking it. But that's the reason why they're trying to cross those boundaries, because you come into the dental office and you haven't had your medical checkup, so you have a cavity. We just took your blood pressure. We just told you for the first time that your blood pressure is 180 over 100. That's a big deal, and you didn't know that until you get it checked. And so if you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. No, I get it, and it's just we just gotta be more responsible and take our health serious. It's one of those things I always equate our health to like a teenager in the seatbelt, right? I'll never get into an accident, and it'll never happen to me. That's kind of what teenagers feel about wearing their seatbelt, right? And it happens to them, or it happens to a friend, or it can happen to anybody. And accidents and car deaths on the highway and any road happens more than we think it does. Not everybody is dying every day because of our health, but somebody is. You don't want it to be you. So
And it will be you.
yeah, eventually.
Don't
right?
think it won't.
I mean, we're never going to escape death. You know, we're all going to die at some point, and it's going to most likely be from homicide or your heart, right? So these are things that you have to.
Nigga, where you get that from?
He got the screen.
So you got two choices. Which one you want?
Two fucked up choices. Shit.
Homicide or heart disease.
Let me think.
Hey, one of them you can control. One of them you can't.
But I mean, but when it comes to black men, and that's what those statistics are. You know, I know you can't see it. I'll tell it to you. So
I was like, dang.
It be your own people. It be your own people.
I forgot all about that. He was like, I know.
Nigga think that shit cute too, man.
I have a blood pressure cup that actually talks. And I was like, why is this necessary? But I was like, some people can't, and some people don't know if their blood pressure is high, but it actually talks to you. But that's necessary because, in some
No,
Can't
you're right.
read, can't see.
yeah.
and that's all it is. But I'm sorry, Kay.
I think, and also, I think like women, we're more prone to go get checked up and listen to our bodies than males are. And
Boy.
I mean, I think it's a blessing for people that has insurance, because there's a lot of people who does not have insurance,
Right?
Cannot afford insurance, but also, we have to listen to our body, right? Y'all can have chest pain, and so cardiovascular. This is my number one thing.
Nigga just sleep on the other side. Like, oh my god.
Well, but you could think it's acid reflux, right?
Right.
And it can really be, so if it's not resolved by you taking Tums or whatever, if you have acid reflux, then you might want to go get checked. Yeah, because your heart is muscle. So as it's getting damaged, then, you never get that back. It's irreversible. So then you have this heart disease, and it's only going to get worse if we keep ignoring those signs. So I think that's important, to listen to your body. I mean, clearly you had something going on, and listen to your body.
I know, walk
Or not
upstairs
just-
and be tired as fuck. I think I should have listened to that.
But not just listen to your body. Get your checkups and listen to your doctor.
Yeah, but if you're doing it once, if you go once, the minimum, if you go get a checkup once a year, annually, I think, yes, we should do that. But what about the other 11 months?
No, but if you think about it, everyone listening, everyone, just normal people. How many people have a primary care physician, a PCP? How many people actually have one? Right?
Yeah.
Well, then you should have one.
Of course.
But in all honesty, how many people have one? I don't have one. And I do this. This is a field that I'm
That's
in.
what the doctor asked me. I was like, shit, I don't know.
Who's your
He like,
PCP?
well,
PCP.
You got.
I don't do drugs.
Go in to get
I don't
one.
do drugs. I don't do PCP at all. Just straight weed, buddy. Good kush. I smoke Reggie,
But that's the thing. Like
I got one now.
why don't I have one? I just don't. I mean,
that's how you been to the doctor?
I told you before COVID, because I used to do the insurance thing. Stopped working for them. I do.
COVID been about 3 years though.
Ooh.
2.5 easily. And then
So you ain't been in 3 years.
I haven't.
When you going? Get a checkup.
When I get
Ooh,
insurance.
this your turn. Go ahead.
When you get insurance, you want
Yeah.
insurance.
You
Go
don't need
get Care
insurance,
Link.
nigga?
Go get Care
Get
Link.
up.
Stick your arm in that thing.
Well, I'm going. No, listen. I'm going to get my colonoscopy, and I'll pay that out of pocket.
You gonna go do that before you see it? Just go do some lab work.
How you
I'll
gonna get
go
your
with you.
results though from your colonoscopy? If you
no
don't have a
insurance.
PCP.
go to a doctor, figure out how to do it. I don't know. I'm gonna figure it out though.
Listen, we
What you mean on your own?
But not only that, getting your lab work done, your
That's all I'm
cholesterol
asking,
level,
yeah.
all of that
you're-
stuff.
Get your lab work.
But see, you can go and again, I just haven't. But you can go and get your yearly at fucking Texas Med Clinic.
So when you going is what I asked you 4 times.
Oh, you're just saying you get your checkups, but you don't go to a PCP. Is that what you're saying? Or are you saying you
I
don't?
don't have a PCP. I haven't had a checkup in like 2 years.
He hasn't
Like
had a
no
checkup.
checkup.
When you
So
get
we're
some
gonna
lab
do an
work.
intervention on you. Are we? pitching
Yeah,
to you?
so when
When you
make
gonna get some
appointment?
lab work?
When we go get our colonoscopy, I get all this shit done. the same
No, that's two different
They're
things.
two different things.
Yeah.
I said that already.
You're gonna have to go to
He ain't
I
listening.
can't get them all at the same time.
No, it's
That's
a
a
procedure.
procedure. Colonoscopy is a
I mean,
procedure.
like I can't get that done and then go after that. Get all that shit done at one time, like one day. Like I can't.
No.
No, no.
Because I'll be 40. I'll be 40 in what 10 days.
Wait, so do you have an order for colonoscopy? I'm waiting.
No, he don't.
Confused.
No, I have to figure.
No, you don't.
I've never done all
He's
that shit
just-
before.
he wants one.
Oh, so you don't have it scheduled. You just
No.
know
I'm
not even
it's
40
time.
yet. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
that time.
He's just like,
at that
it's-
time, I'm gonna get all that shit done. I'm 40 in the 23rd of May.
Look at
What day is
KK
that?
face though.
What day is that?
Because I ain't gonna lie, when they did that lab work, I was a little like, God damn, how many vials of this shit you need?
They're gonna do a lot of testing.
I said,
Yeah.
another one? I'm like, I'm not gonna walk out this motherfucker.
No, the last one they took a lot of blood, and all they said is I needed like vitamin D. But I think that's something everyone they tell something that to everybody.
They gave me some pills for it.
I needed. They just and I was like, shit, I ain't outside no more. I got an inside job. So, but that's what they said. I needed vitamin
Again, though,
D.
tomorrow's Monday. It's Tuesday after.
Hello.
When you going to get your motherfucking lab work done? You can just go in there and get it.
When I get 40. No.
You could
You're
die
waiting
before
till you turn 40 to go get an annual checkup done.
That's what I'm gonna figure out and get all that shit done.
When your birthday?
23rd of May.
23rd. It's like what, next week?
Yeah, but I mean, I don't feel like we should wait. I mean, we having a conversation now for a reason. So why would you?
Like, you should make an appointment tomorrow.
So tell me how I would make that
Because
appointment.
first of all, when you turn 40, it don't just happen like that. Like, oh, I'm 40. Now it's time for me to go. Because you have to schedule a colonoscopy.
So how does that work? 'Cause I've never had to
you
schedule.
need to
I don't know how that works.
go to the doctor, right? Because they have to order you. It's a procedure. You don't just walk up and get it.
And just be like, hey,
No, I mean, they'll tell you. You go to the doctor, you find a PCP. I can help you with that.
Start with the
Or, I mean,
insurance.
yeah.
Start with the
But-
insurance
Oh, yeah,
with
you
it.
don't have insurance?
no.
Oh, okay.
Out of pocket.
Okay, so, yeah, you can do that. Or CareLink. I mean, I'm just saying.
Yeah, well.
CareLink help. I mean, it's just.
Well, start pricing what it might cost because you're saying, oh, I'm going to pay out of pocket. Pay what out of pocket? What if it's $30,000?
For colonoscopy?
Yeah, what if it
It's a
is?
procedure.
It's expensive.
My dad went to the hospital and he gets his stuff done or whatever. He had a pulmonary embolism. That little blood clot that she's talking about, cardiovascular disease, it went from his leg to his heart. He was in the hospital for 7 days. I think that was almost $250,000. But
Damn.
he has insurance. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when you're talking about something, the expense is gigantic. That's the reason why this insurance is necessary. So if you think you're going to schedule a colonoscopy, it's like 100, 200. We're talking thousands of dollars.
Thousands of
I know
dollars.
it's not that much.
Right.
I know
Right,
about
right.
the cost of it.
Right.
And I'm
You do?
willing. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm willing to pay that, right?
Okay.
And that's just because it's needed, right?
Right.
When it comes to your yearly, that's $400 from without insurance. I know that. I know and I was planning. I just didn't think it would be hard for me to call on a Monday and get it set up to where I'm seeing whenever they have it.
I think
you know what I mean. And I know I'm getting on the schedule. I'm on a waiting period, but I wasn't planning on making a move to do anything.
I
until
would
my
say
birthday.
the call now because like it took me about 15 phone calls to find a doctor. These motherfuckers like, yeah, they take a new patient, but in July, I be dead in July.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
so frustrating.
What about September, bitch? Are you listening to
That
me?
is so frustrating.
Like I need to see somebody now. She was like, I got a doctor. This motherfucker ain't with this long. I take it. That
Yeah, your options start to dwindle. You're like, can't be choosy.
I'm gonna take it. Set it up. Shit, I need to see him tomorrow. She was like, okay, I got it.
So without having insurance, you said CareLink is a
CareLink
resource?
is one of the. It's like a income
think it's like-
based, or
yeah.
it's like a payment plan. You just pay on it, like a credit card type of.
Yeah.
There's no like out of pocket shit. I could just walk in and pay.
Why we want to spend
Just
all that
a question.
money?
Are you
Just
talking
a
about
question.
Care Credit or Care Link?
CareLink.
Okay, Care Credit is something else. But
What is
if
that?
If you had, say, you had a procedure and you needed financing for health expenses, it's like a credit card
Yeah,
for
health care.
expenses. Yes.
Yeah.
And they could basically give you plans where you could pay on it monthly, like 6 months, 18 months. And say you have a $1,000 root canal that you need to schedule, you can get approved for Care Credit. But let's talk about your credit. Like, you know what I'm saying? But you have to be approved for it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But it's an option for people sometimes who need something right now that they can't wait 6 months for because they need to save up the money type of thing.
So it's a financial thing to help
Yes,
you. It's
yes.
not necessary. It's not
Just for
necessarily
health
a plan.
care.
Okay.
For health
Damn, black people, you got your credit right too. Like, yeah, nigga, I'm gonna need 900 out of this 1,000 from your ass. Like,
Or you get a job. I mean, you know what I'm
I'm
saying?
gonna be like, it's 1,000. I'm gonna need 900 from your bad credit having that.
Yeah. No,
What
I
happened?
do that. I've been
happened?
like self-insured shit for a while. For like since after COVID, because with COVID I was doing insurance. COVID stopped traveling, so I haven't traveled. So I haven't had medical insurance. I've had COVID twice without medical insurance.
You know what the thing
So-
about that is, I agree sometimes because every plan is not made for every single person. So it's hard sometimes to be paying on a plan and then get an insurance plan that doesn't cover what you need. So if you put money to the side and you save it and you say you're going to get 2 cleanings and 2 exams a year and you don't have no problems, it's more advantageous for you to pay it out. You know what I'm saying? $300 or say it's $500 than paying $150 a month for 12 months. That doesn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So there's ways to do it that makes sense, but then there's also like you said, your risk factors, and you got to watch all that.
But I'm also on, and not to be like I'm perfect and I'm healthy, but I'm a lot more on top of my health than a lot of other people are in a sense.
So we think though, but you're not getting
no. You're 100% right. There could be something wrong with me that I have no idea.
And not necessarily wrong. Remember, you're doing preventive care, so therefore you can be checking your A1C. They're letting you know, hey, you know what, your blood sugar is kind of high. You might want to adjust some things, or start exercising, walking. It's stuff that like a caution. So it's not necessarily just to catch things that's already wrong. It's
guiding you. It's preventative guidance. Like
now, one thing that I could do better on is dental. I haven't went to the dental in a minute.
I think everybody can.
But so I'll like my medical, like when it comes to, again, I don't know everything that's wrong with me, but when it comes to like working out, being consistent, eating right, like I don't do a lot of shit that I used to do, and that's just because I'm getting older. And to be honest with you, a lot of shit just doesn't even. Once you eat some good shit, it's kind of hard to go back to the bullshit, right? And that's kind of where I'm at. Like once you start eating better food and doing, I can't go back to Hormel chili. Right. And Wolf brand type shit. So
that was your poor meal. You lived a good life.
No,
Hormel chili, nigga. 3,000 sodium milligram noodles in this motherfucker.
Ramen and shit. No, but is it ramen or ramen?
I say ramen. I hear people say ramen though.
17 cents, boy. That'd be the best 17 cents a nigga spend.
But no,
it ain't even that no more.
It costs more than that. I ain't had
25 cents down there.
Yeah.
I go to Costco now and get mine.
Come on, Costco.
I go to Costco. But that's the thing. Like I just don't eat the same shit. So again, could something be wrong? My levels be bad? Yes, it could be. But as far as like me taking the precautions that I know of, like I kind of do a lot more than whatever. Am I perfect?
I'm not flossing every day. Flossing at least once a day.
But when it comes to dental is something that I can do better. And not just that. I've had an accident. I've had a flipper for probably 2 years, and that's just because I don't even care about it. But that's my next thing I'm gonna do is go get an implant done. Just
they don't want you to do that.
I'm all in his mouth.
I know, right?
No, we been seeing do the show like, nigga, you ain't got your tooth in, dog. Go put your tooth in.
After the show without my tooth.
Bro, your tooth is.
I just don't care about it at this point.
Like my eyes up here, like just like
your home care stuff is more important than what I can do for you once every 6 months. What you do every day is more important than what I can do for you in that one moment. So if I clean your teeth immediately,
No, I don't think it's making fun. Cause like I don't like. You remember the show I did and Kim was fucking with me, right? And the reason why I did it is because like I'm not embarrassed about it. I had a basketball accident, tooth came out, so like I don't care fuck.
He got beat up by his girlfriend and God. She whooped this nigga ass.
Your ass whooped.
They went to jail for that fight.
They
both got locked up.
Everything is true except the tooth thing. A whole story is.
It really was basketball.
Yeah. Yeah, it was really basketball.
I like it.
But anyway, so that's what. So I don't like. I walk around. I could walk around life without it. I still brush my teeth, floss every now and then, not as much as I should. But I just need to get a tooth. It's my front one.
Well, know what's crazy is the more time you take, the more bone diminishes, and you don't think about that because it's not something that you can see. But underneath there, when you lose a tooth, bone starts.
Wait till you 40.
No. I need to get a bone graft. I need like. So
well, see, even then, like what happens is people just think, oh, I could just do this. But what happens is your body starts the bone starts to diminish, right? That tooth is not there, so your bone only stays because, like, you seen people with that jaw done because they have a denture.
Yeah.
Well, once it starts to go away, it doesn't mean that you can just get an implant. I get a bone graft. Well, the options start to. The longer you wait for things, your options start to go down.
Trust me.
I'm not saying that you don't have your options. What I'm saying for other people is that sometimes waiting takes away your options. Waiting takes away, like, now it was a root canal. Now we can't do a root canal. Now we got to pull it. Now you got to get an implant. And now that you waited for the implant, now your bone gone.
It's your jaw.
Hey. The longer you wait, your options start to go down. And so that's the thing about making a priority and then making the time. This is not you. I'm just talking about people. Making a priority, making the time, because everything is not available to you all the time. Your body is not gonna. Respond the same.
No, you're right, because the reason why I have to get a bone graft is because I waited as long as I've waited. So I understand everything you're saying.
Right.
And the reason why I waited as long is because when it could have been a simple root canal and a simple just implant. The treatment, the crown. No. That tooth was gone. So,
wait, root canal, or are you talking about a crown?
The whole tooth was out this nigga.
So this is what happened. I got hit. I was playing basketball and got hit, and the tooth cracked. Right.
Right. So if tooth wasn't gone, remember you still have the whole root of the tooth. So they were gonna do a root canal and they were gonna do a crown.
Yeah, the root was there. Right.
Right.
So then with the root, it was these idiots gauzed it up, right? And then they told me to keep it in. When they did that, bacteria, of course, is in your mouth. So normally when you have something like that, it drains. So it couldn't drain. So it infected my whole shit. So when it infected everything, they had to take the whole root out.
You should put a goal around it.
Which is why I got
flipper.
it.
Open face.
Which is why I got to get the bone graft.
Right.
At first, if they wouldn't have did that, they could have just implanted the implant in there and then put the cap or crown, whatever it's
not an
called.
implant. It's called a root canal. But
Well, you go L. Austin, nigga?
Huh?
Who did that shit? L. Austin?
No, because when they did it, so listen, real quick, I had no tooth. It was just the root was there.
Right.
So they would have had the root canal, correct?
they would have to do a post. So what you're talking about is a post. They would drill a post into the tooth, which could
Yes,
hold
that-
the crown in place. Right.
So so the post
Don't even matter, nigga. That shit.
No.
Tooth gone.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm trying to understand. That's exactly what it was.
Right.
An implant is what I need now because I have
Because you
nothing
don't have
there.
yes.
That's what it is. So that's my confusion. So I would have to do the crown, but since they
it's
messed
gone
my
now.
root canal and all this shit, now I got to do a bunch of other
Right,
shit.
right.
So that's my next thing. You know what I mean?
Start with that checkup.
Yeah.
Wear that motherfucker out.
Because
man.
you know what though,
Shit.
what they will tell you is if you have periodontal disease, like things will not be successful for you. Same with diabetes. If you start having problems and you want to, I want this. When we can put an implant in, you have periodontal disease. It's in your gums, right? You put an implant in, the same thing's gonna happen to that too.
Implant.
I mean, to the implant, yes,
Your
absolutely.
gums are fucked up.
Yeah, so you got to treat that disease first, and then you have more options based upon that. So you get your status first.
Infections
on
in your mouth can affect your heart valves.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
everything else.
Absolutely.
So
No, again,
it's
like I
important.
said, my dental is probably
that. The next.
to me. That's like where I need to also.
And then let's do this.
Hey, just call me. Hey, you
I got an
just.
appointment on Tuesday.
Let's get these motherfucking
yeah.
dreads
I got
done,
an
nigga.
appointment on Tuesday.
Man, you look homeless,
You have any
nigga.
questions? You call me for sure.
That's my nigga. I tell him. I told the nigga, like, man, you gotta do something with that. You come to these comedy shows, man, nigga, shit. Like,
This nigga said I dressed up one. We went out one time. I dressed up. This
That
nigga.
was you.
That was him.
You was
Yeah.
taking the picture.
I told the nigga, like,
You
get your hair
messed
done,
my
nigga.
mind up. You look different.
Well, his
you do
hair was
different?
it was up.
It was up.
up.
Somebody
Yeah.
must have twisted the hell out of it at that time.
Yeah, it was fresh.
It was
freshly
fresh.
done.
I said, man, you look good. That's what I'm saying.
She
This is how
just
you need to
called
start
me
dressing
ugly than a
when you come out.
motherfucker.
No, I didn't.
Low key.
What I'm saying is like.
On the cool, right? You heard that shit too?
No.
Oh, raggedy, busted ass nigga.
Fact. We all know a haircut changed everything.
Yeah, I tell you all the time, nigga. Come on, now, let's do something right here, nigga.
Another nigga
Bamboozled
said,
her.
yeah. This nigga called me, nigga, you dressed up like I was actually proud of my
But
nigga.
no, it was
like,
literally
I call
twisted.
that
It was
problem
like
have
twisted
problem.
into like
Yeah.
some braids, or it was like a upper like.
I just
Okay,
got
yeah.
it. I don't do that shit often. I ain't got time for
It looks good on you.
Nah,
Nah, not like that.
Hey, this look good on you too.
No, that shit.
His homeless
Y'all
look.
gotta quit lying. That's what wrong. Quit lying to people. I don't ain't about you beautiful. No, she's not.
She's beautiful to somebody.
No.
Somebody thinks she's
No.
Somebody.
No.
I don't got
Everybody
time.
ain't beautiful.
I ain't got time for that.
Listen, are we gonna get to Camp Samuels or not?
Nah, man, he did.
The only thing I wanted to talk about Kevin Samuels was it kind of goes into
Like people with that.
it kind
What time it is?
I'm not gonna go long into it, but it kind of goes into like one day you're here, next day you're gone, like without even knowing. And it also goes into
Seeing a doctor.
no, not just seeing a doctor, but when it comes to diabetes, one of the biggest something that diabetes affects is your penis, so to speak, impotence, right? And then, talking about Kevin Samuels on them dick pills and all the Red Bull and shit.
But he could have went to a doctor and got real pills. Right?
Okay, what do we? I'm sorry. What did he? Do we know what he passed up? Because when I heard
That's
he
what I'm
died, I
Googling
didn't
right
know
now.
that. I didn't know.
Corner
So
store,
right
corner
now-
store pills. Rhinos and shit.
He's a big Red Bull drink. He always talks about how he's drinking Red Bull. Of course, we know that's bad for your heart. And then from what they're saying is that night, I don't know if the autopsy has been out. I don't know if anything's been confirmed. So everything I'm saying is just speculation. But when it comes to those rhinos and those dick pills mixed with all that other stuff, he's a 56-year-old man trying to, whatever. None of that is just a good combination in a sense. And then when it comes to our health, when it comes to us, failing in health, like impotence is a real thing, And that's something that a lot of men don't want to go into, get themselves checked because it's embarrassing.
Oh, I see what you mean.
You know what I mean? So, hey, doc, I can't get up more than 2 minutes, or I can't get up at all. Like, how do you have that conversation?
Just like that.
Yeah.
Exactly. You know what I mean? But then
But what you're saying is that other things that could have been, if he was getting checked, and possibly that was probably a symptom of something else that was going on, and he was medicating that symptom, but he wasn't getting that.
Exactly.
Okay, I get
you know, and then it's a snowball effect, and that's something not just with Kevin Samuels, because again, I don't like to talk about celebrities, because not to be rude, but who gives a fuck about them? They're fine. Mm-hmm. This is shit that goes on in our lives as well. There's people listening to the show that can't get up at all right now, right? And they don't know how to have that conversation. And they don't know what is from or why. But again, just like, you know, my foot is black now. It's normally caused from something else. And as we talked about, heart disease is probably the number one cause of death, people over 45. So these are things that can be prevented if you get yourself checked out. And that's kind of why I wanted to bring, and I kind of wanted to talk about a woman's biological clock versus a man's biological clock. Since we have health professionals here, but we'll get into that another time.
Some other
yeah, we'll get into that another time.
Yeah.
But I think that biological clock is and not just a biological clock when it comes to societal expectations on women. And how
on motherhood, or are we talking about something else?
On women, just when it comes to a biological clock, you want to have this and rushing into different things when it comes to, you know, your time in dating and relationships.
Oh.
Like who's gonna go? I wanted to touch base on that and get a more of a relationship, social aspect conversation going on, but I did not expect us to be having this conversation for this long, and it was a very
I knew it was going to be long because we had to have it.
It was a very
we talked
needed
about
and
that.
good
Yeah.
conversation. So again, I'm not upset that it was as long as it was. I know, you know, we're all gonna get over here and start cussing our motherfucking asses out pretty
That's
soon.
crazy because I ain't even act like that.
Oh, y'all niggas.
I was like, hold on.
We gotta get to the goddamn
I was
house.
over here aggressive. I'm over here chilling. I always get
You know, so anyway, I want to start off by saying I appreciate having y'all on
Thank you.
Thank you for having
Absolutely.
us.
and creating this panel with us. And we'll definitely open and we'll love to have y'all back.
Sure.
And we can talk about that biological clock.
Gotta start on
You
time.
gonna have to let these
Okay,
niggas,
listen.
you gonna have to let them talk.
Let them talk. We gotta have a clock. You gotta have a clock right here.
You long winded today,
Do you hear
man.
me, sir? You gotta have a clock in here. We gotta start on time. So when we come in here, you can't be chilling.
Now we're gonna have this set up and we're not gonna move this shit. And we have I want to try to work on integrating our YouTube to Instagram too, so we can have actual people calling in and having questions.
And I think y'all should have like the live somehow up here.
Yeah.
You can see people's comments and
We used to do that, but we
read
distraction.
I was terrible at that shit. Like I wasn't even into the show. Oh shit!
nigga reading comments.
Hey, Sancho said it 30 minutes ago and shit.
It does look like that. It
Yeah.
does. Oh my god, okay, good.
Yeah, so we took that. We're here making a show for them. and
Please put your phone
we
down.
need to be the show, not part of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I feel.
So that's why we don't do it. Thanks, KK. But it was everyone, not just K. But anyway, once again, I appreciate y'all being a part of the show. What Miss Carol?
Yes.
What do you want to leave us with?
As far as dental, what you do at home is more important than what you get done there. Like I'm only with you for a little bit of time, but my whole thing is to educate you on what you could be doing to make your dental health better. So be flossing at least once a day. You got to clean between your teeth just like you clean the outside of them. Brush the back side of your teeth. And if you have a smell that's coming from your mouth, and you have to be aware of it, but sometimes people are not, it could be really like literally an infection in your mouth that could be going on. So if you're not getting dental checkups and you're not flossing and you're not using fluoride and you're not, there's things that you can do to prevent disease that I can't even help you with because you're at home and you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
Educate your children, of course, and take your kids to the dentist when they at least when they first get their teeth in. And then, your choice on what you use to brush is your choice, but you should be brushing at least twice a day. At least once, but twice a day is ideal. So if you're doing those three things, you're getting fluoride, you're brushing, you're flossing, what you eat makes a difference too. A lot of sugar and things like that increase your likelihood of getting cavities, but you really should be brushing, flossing, and that kind of thing.
What rap song do you sing in your head while you brush your teeth?
All about the Benjamins. No, I'm just playing.
Because you're supposed to brush to 2-3 minutes.
2 minutes. 2 minutes twice a day. But if you get an electric brush, of course, there's a timer with that. Yeah. But a lot of people think they're brushing. I don't know how long people. 30 seconds.
My kids be on some bullshit.
Hit the
Get your ass back there and brush your teeth.
Brush towards your gums. If you don't brush towards your gums, you're missing the whole thing. But if you don't, like what 45-degree angle toward the gums, circular motion. Stop using these things like charcoal. Stop being on fads. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you're not getting your teeth checked, don't be using charcoal in your your teeth. I want my teeth to be white. Don't care about the cosmetics. Care about the health first. You can fix your teeth with braces. You can whiten your teeth. But I have people coming in with bombed out teeth. Talking about, well, can I get some whitening? Let's start with the tooth first. Let's keep this tooth in your mouth and then let's whiten it up.
You can't whiten that big black ass hole.
Right. So that makes a difference for sure.
Miss Albertson's Walsham clerk.
What?
What about KK? He got a takeaway.
We're gonna have KK. We got to get
Albertson,
ladies first.
Walsham clerk.
She about to slap this shit.
Come on. What?
Why you do a deep voice?
Right, yeah. Why you do that?
That's her aggressive voice.
That's her aggressive voice.
That's her
It's like
aggressive
the Cookie Monster in this motherfucker.
Okay.
What the fuck? Why can't KK go in there?
Yeah, I curse.
That's what I hear. That's what I hear when you talk. When you talk, that's what I hear. I'm not saying that's what you're doing, but that just.
Did I curse? You hear me curse? I don't think you heard me.
We're gonna beat you up.
That's what I'm talking about.
Like
Oscar the Grouch. Like what? That's what it is.
What do you want to leave us with, Miss Courtney, Dr. Courtney?
Yeah.
Kinley.
I think the most important thing is just being adherent to your medication. That's why I ask Kate, like, you take your medication daily. I have so many patients who I'm like calling. I'm like, so your last picked up back in January. It's May. What's going on? I'm taking it every day. Apparently not, because I don't understand how to add up.
Real conversation,
bro. This is every day.
Oh damn!
I have these conversations every single day. I have a list of calls I make.
So do you see a different trend when it comes to black patients as opposed to white patients or anybody else that's not black, so to speak?
It's the same. It's a universe. It's across the board. White,
it's people,
Hispanic, black. Yes, just people. They do not take their medication. So
honestly, if metformin was my only option, I probably would die, because I told them I'm not doing this shit ever again.
But that's a side effect, right? But it's not a side effect that lasts. I have to tell people that all the time. I'm like, yo, give it 2 weeks. Take with food. I promise you, in 2 weeks, your body will get used to it and it'll be gone, right? Because metformin is probably like the first choice. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? First line for people who are newly diagnosed with diabetes is metformin. And if metformin, if that side effect lasted, right, you had diarrhea every day, all day, nobody would take it. Mm-hmm. But I have so many patients on metformin. I dispense metformin all day, every day. So I tell them that. I'm like, hey, don't give up. You're probably going to have diarrhea. You're probably going to have upset stomach, but it will go away.
It's violent, though.
Yeah.
Again? I can't even sleep tonight. Let me stay in the bathroom.
And Court, it's important for them to go to the same pharmacist, right? Or pharmacy.
Oh yeah, at least go to the same pharmacy. Like, don't switch, because if you go to Walgreens and then CVS and HEB, like, I don't see what medications you take. And then you want to call me and be like, well, I have that. Well, where is that on the list? Like, where'd you get that from? And
don't they have that DPS, like, cross-referencing system now that you put everything in and you can see all of their...
only controlled substances.
Oh, okay.
So I can definitely tell if you doctor shopping with you, you got Norco about 5 times from 4 different hospitals. Yeah, no. That
would be good for everything, though, right? Wouldn't that be nice for you?
It would be nice. I don't know if a universal system would ever be able to happen where you could put a patient's name and date of birth in, and every medication that they've ever got from any pharmacy would pop up. That would be awesome, but unfortunately it's not how that works. So I can only see what you get at Walgreens, or what I mean. I can see every store you've been to and what medication you've picked up. But if you're like, oh, I went to Costco's, no, but if you go somewhere else, I don't know. And that's important for drug interaction checks. I can't check for stuff if I don't know everything you're taking.
That's actually dope. I never thought about that. Going to one pharmacy so you can see their history of what they're taking.
It's important.
So then when it comes to like apps like GoodRx and stuff, you're shopping around for price.
You are.
So I mean, it's kind of like a pro-con type situation.
It is,
right?
But that's why insurance,
right?
Is important, so you can get your medication at a good price and be the same place.
And that, so one of my favorite TV shows was House. Like one of the growing up loved house, right? Or not growing up, anyway. One of the things that he always preaches is that everybody lies. And which makes it hard for a doctor to do their job when you're lying about something simple as like, yeah, whatever. Is that even in real life, is that common to where it makes it hard to do your job because people are just lie about
yeah. I mean, they lie when I call. I'm like, ma'am, I clearly see you haven't picked this up in 6 months. There's no way you still have some. There's no way you've been taking it every single day.
But it could be that they're using a different pharmacy.
I'll ask. That's the question I ask. Do you go anywhere else? Like, have you picked it up from somewhere else? And then sometimes it is that. Like, oh, I was out of town and I used Scott's Pharmacy. Oh, okay, cool. Just checking on you, just making sure. And oftentimes, like, no, y'all the only ones I use. Well, then, bitch, why haven't you picked up your medication?
Or should you say like, oh no, I'm not on meth, and like,
Well, yeah, I get those too.
Yeah.
They don't drink.
Yeah,
It's important. I mean, and people need to understand that when you're reporting that stuff to the pharmacists, the doctors, I mean, you're not going to jail.
exactly. I'm
You know
here to
what I'm
help
saying?
you.
What you
I
do
can't
is
help
what-
you.
Exactly.
If you're
Because
not honest.
it matters, and it explains sometimes your diagnosis, and then, like she said, the meds. And
y'all can't report if someone's like, yeah, I'm on crack cocaine, heroin. Like, you can't.
HIPAA.
no, I mean, no, we're not going to be like,
Report
let
it
me
to
call
who,
the
though?
popo.
They ain't selling the shit.
Exactly. You using it? I ain't
Just
using
asking.
it. You know?
Yeah.
That's
I
privacy.
don't know.
Patient privacy is protected.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they think, people, they try to withhold that information, but it matters.
But why why is like people going to jail for like I guess child abuse and like
Well, yeah, that's different. You know.
What?
For that, you can go to jail because say somebody.
Oh,
comes
if
in
we
with
report
cavities,
it, we
yes.
have to.
Yeah.
We're mandated reporters.
Right.
Yeah, we have to.
Oh, at a hospital?
Okay, yeah, I was
That's
like,
what I'm
what
saying.
are you
So
talking about?
But that's
sometimes y'all report,
different.
sometimes
But it could be
y'all don't.
negligence that we're talking about too. Somebody could like not take their child to the dentist, or say we diagnose them with cavities and they're letting them sit. That could happen as well. You could be reported for negligence.
Oh, yeah.
yeah. So
So it's not for what you've done; it's for negligence.
it could be. It could be other things too. You know.
But
what I'm saying?
that's negligence to a child.
right.
Okay.
You know what I mean? They have to report child
Or
abuse,
elderly.
But yourself, if you just like, oh yeah, I just smoked a whole ball of meth, that's your business. I'm not here to call the
They
popo.
sell meth in bottles. Do we know?
Meth
You said a whole bottle of meth. I said
ball.
Oh, okay. You know what it is? I don't know.
She knows the street term. Yeah, baby.
Like,
I don't even know what that shit look
I
like.
thought she said bottle. Okay.
no. But you know what I mean? That's not my business. So I'm not going to call the cops and say I've got a meth user in here right now. No.
Or
Same
like-
with the hospital. She's not gonna. They said they do crack. Well, you should probably stop. But she's
Even
not
if they're
gonna
like
call.
distributing crack, I'm like
Ain't nobody finna tell you like, oh yeah,
I'd have swallowed a bunch of crack because I was being chased by the cops, and they're like, "Oh, would you report?" And I'm just asking.
no,
because
no. So if you swallow all of that, then you're gonna have a reaction, and then it's different things. But if they're trying to kill themselves, that's a different story. If they're like, life is hard, and I just took all these pills, or I just did this and that, then yeah, we have to,
You have to report that.
But here's the thing. Like what Courtney was saying, as far as the pharmacy, it's important, like, not to lie, right? When you're going to get checked or when you're going to the doctor, because that affects everything. That's the only way they can help you. That's the only way they can treat your disease or, anything like that. But also for us as nurses, right? When you come in, there's programs now or software we have where sometimes patients don't remember everything that they're taking, especially elderly. So we can import your meds from your pharmacy. We can ask, hey, what pharmacy do you go to? But if you're going to multiple pharmacies, then it makes it hard, right? So we can be like, hey, this patient, they're taking medication for their diabetes, or not, this is the last time they got a refill, but, it could be a lie or it could be whatever. But it's important, like, to be honest and tell the truth. But when you go into the hospital,
I never thought of it. Let's go.
I think it's also, I'm just going to say this. I think it's important if you take medications, like you take medications and you have diabetes, so you can go into a coma. I'm sorry, not going to wait. I'm saying a diabetic, a hypoglycemic episode, right? Mm-hmm. It's important for you to have your meds in your wallet. Have it written down. You can have your PCP on there. If you have one, if you do not, your pharmacy that you use, have that stuff in your wallet. So if something was to happen to you, a stranger can be helping you, right? And you having a hypo or low sugar, I'm gonna keep it lame. Keep it in layman's terms. But if you're having a low sugar episode, then anybody can come up and help you, and then you just point it to your wallet and bam, they know you have diabetes.
What's wrong?
You know what we should do? We should all get some money together and get him like one of those healthcare. What do you call it?
Life alert.
Life alerts.
You have to pay for
K.
that monthly too, I think.
We could do something for K. Get him a life alert, so if he ever falls and shit, he can't get up. He could just hit that button, right? And be
I
like,
feel like that's
oh,
terrible. Like, what they gonna do to it?
I need a
You know what?
rubber.
Get you a dog. I mean, that helped my dad when his sugar was low. Like the dog was barking like crazy. Like they sense it. You know what I'm saying? And then when he took his medication and didn't eat, sugar was low. You know, he passed out and stuff. But the dog woke up my stepmom.
We can call your dog Lassie.
And your dog gonna be the one that don't do it.
That nigga know better.
You're like, leave me outside.
He didn't pay me today. Look. Nigga, whole pit bull in the house just chilling.
Y'all crazy.
What do you want to leave us with?
I mean, I think, you know, that's crazy. So you sound have a raspy voice.
I don't know what he's saying.
Is that what you're saying, sir?
Nah, I'm just.
Whatever. I ain't coming back. But anyway, no, I'm just kidding. KK, I'm gonna need you to handle it. But no, my takeaway, I think, you know, it's important for the community, for our community, or anyone and everyone to listen to your body, for one. I think, you know, chest pain, that's the main thing. I mean, clearly, I'm working open heart right now, but chest pain symptoms, don't ignore it. You know, do something about it. And then you got to get checked. We have to get checked. Women, men, everybody, you know, and I think that's about it.
All right. Yeah, that's it. Just get checked up. Don't be scared. Like, because it's scary, but it's better to know.
It's better, yeah, absolutely.
I heard someone say this earlier today when I was watching videos, and he said, "You're never as young as you are right now. Once these moments go, they're gone. You never get them back, and that should mean something to you. So, take care of your life going forward, and just do better with ourselves. That's it, man. Do better. Thank y'all for tuning in to Socially Responsible Podcast. This is Damien, KK, Carol,
Courtney,
Albertsons,
So disrespectful.
and we got Ro. Thank you for tuning
That's
in.
bullshit.
We out.